Hey, what's up, listeners? It's Ben Saint in the Boomer Radio Show podcast, Pro Crastinators podcast, soundboard. It's Ben Saint in the morning. Announcement, bonus episode, emergency bonus episode. We recorded an emergency bonus episode this week. If you're interested, there is for Trixie's funny appearance on Who Are These Podcasts, where she attempted to dunk on us. As of right now, I have not listened to it, but me and Simsy and Gib, if she ever fucking shows up on time, are about to listen to that, record that, and have a live reaction to that. That will be the bonus episode. It should be up now when you're listening to this. Patreon.com/theprocrastinators if you want to hear our hot takes, my live take on that, and how, and I will give you a live rating 1 to 10 of how much my feelings were hurt and how much I was coping and how much I was seething. I will give 1 to 10 ratings of those three things, and I will chart them as the segment progresses. Okay. Link in the description, patreon.com/theprocrastinators, bonus episode, special. Okay, back to the regular episode. Bye.
I won't bless that guy, that son of a...
That son of a... That poor son. That poor son. That
son of a bitch.
I had a nightmare last night that well, it wasn't really a nightmare, but it was a dream where I recorded the podcast, but then I didn't save it. Like, I didn't close it without saving it and lose it, but I hit the save button, but I didn't hit the okay on the where to save it, so it didn't actually save. So I left it I left the Audacity file open on my desktop, and I left, and then I realized, oh my god, I didn't actually save it. It's just open, and it still needs to be saved. If anything happens to my computer, the file will disappear. Oh god, but I'm not at home right now because I left, and I was like, I gotta get back there. I gotta save the podcast. Very stressful.
Well,
Truly
very
tragedy.
If you have enough nightmares, you can put them in a stable.
Oh my god. Yeah, true though.
Gotta use your head.
That's a pretty good... I was watching I've been watching a channel that is specifically about Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow and Aria of Sorrow.
You mean the entire channel is about that?
Wait, what?
You mean the whole channel is dedicated to those two games?
Yes. Wait, hold on. I want to see what's the name of the channel, because I've been watching it a lot. Yeah, he did a countdown of he did tier list rankings of all the red souls in Dawn, all the red souls in Aria, all the blue souls in Dawn, all the blue souls, all the yellow souls in Dawn, all the yellow souls in Aria, and the nightmare. There's one, I think it's called Nightmare, where you shoot a big horse, and that one's apparently pretty good. That's a high tier soul from Dawn.
Yeah, I seem to remember.
Aria.
I remember the big horsey soul.
Wait, hold on. It is tier list Aria. I want to give this guy props. He's got a tiny channel. The channel is Jupiter Climb. He's got 1,000 subscribers. He ranked all the weapons. I really like Dawn of Sorrow. I really like Aria of Sorrow. So it's just cool.
Oh, he has.
I never played that shit. It's probably
You never played
great.
those? It is great.
They're
the best of the Metroidvania Castlevanias.
The only Castlevania I've played is 3, because I downloaded it on the Wii eStore.
3 is before Symphony of the Night.
It's
right?
NES, yes.
Oh, so it makes me so mad. I feel like it's so obvious that it almost doesn't even bear mentioning, and yet every time I see Dawn of Sorrow and Aria of Sorrow, I can't help but be so upset at the art style change between the two games. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't. Let me look it up.
The Aria of Sorrow, I think that, the first one, it has the beautiful, painted art style of who's the artist who did like Symphony of the Night, Castlevania.
It's an anime. You mean the front cover or the
Is
backgrounds?
it Kojima? Is it Ayami Kojima, the guy who did all the?
No. Oh, maybe his last name is Kojima. I know who you mean. It's the guy, the Castlevania guy.
The only Kojima I know is Hideo Kojima.
It's definitely not him. Symphony of the Night. What is
the guy who he made a Kickstarter for a different non-Konami Castlevania-esque thing that was pretty good, I think.
Koji something. I think his name is
Koji Kondo.
No, not Koji Kondo. Yeah, Igarashi, I think.
Oh, okay, no, but I'm talking about the art specifically, which is apparently this guy Ayami Kojima. So that's the art. Anyway, I guess they didn't have him for the sequel Dawn of Sorrow, and so they just kind of look like fucking anime. And it sucks bad.
Dawn of Sorrow had more of an anime look to it.
It's so bad. It's so flat and boring compared to the first one.
The front cover? I'm looking at them.
Yeah, let me see.
The front cover and the portraits.
Aria of Sorrow looks like a Final Fantasy-esque sort of painterly nice thing, and then Dawn of Sorrow does look like some anime tie-in game.
It looks like, I mean, no offense, I guess, but it looks like a fucking, what do you call it, like Ace Attorney or something.
No,
it's just worse.
The front covers for Ace Attorney are the worst part, for sure.
But yes, look, compare the two front covers, and that's exactly, like, all the in-game character portraits are painted like that, and then in Dawn, they look like fucking 90s anime characters. It sucks!
I don't know. I didn't mind it too much, but I guess it depends on how much you like that kind of anime art style. If you're a big fan of anime, maybe you would like it.
It's just so much more generic. It's so much more like you would see this kind of art anywhere.
I am looking at
I guess.
An image. Oh god, I went to look at the image. It's asked me to download it. Fuck off. No. I will grab a screen grab. This looks a little bit like Fire Emblem characters' portraits.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. I actually quite like those. So this doesn't annoy me too much.
I only don't like it when just because I think the first one is so much more unique.
I think maybe
I feel like it's a big downgrade.
Maybe Ben is just racist against anime.
That's true.
Putting these together, though, I could see. Is that the same guy?
Well, that's him that's at the end of the game when he's there's a certain thing going on with him.
He's beast mode.
But he's sort of, yeah. Dracula.
It's a spoiler.
Yeah, spoilers.
Oh my god, Dracula's in Castlevania!
The story of Dawn of Sorrow is awesome because it's, every Castlevania is about you're a vampire hunter hunting down Dracula, and in this one you're just a guy. First of all, it's in the future for some reason. It doesn't really even matter that it's in the future. It just is. And you're just some kid. You're just some kid who wanders into the castle, who gets trapped there.
Well,
and it turns out that it turns out in the end that you were called there because you are Dracula reincarnated, and you didn't know.
White hair.
And then you have to resist your fucking fate. Yeah, to stop yourself from becoming Dracula. It's awesome.
And actually, I think there's a secret ending in one of the games where you do actually become Dracula and you get killed by the other characters.
There's before you fight it's one of the other it's a character it's Julius, I think.
Right, Julius Belmont, I think maybe is the one that fights him.
If you go down if you go to the secret ending mode, you fight Julius Belmont, and he's a tough boss. And you don't kill him though, and you tell him I'm gonna go stop myself from becoming Dracula. If I don't do it, I want you to kill me. And then if you go and you get the bad ending, it's the scene from the beginning where Dracula is sitting on the throne and he has a miserable pile of secrets and he throws the wine glass. And then you get that scene, but it's you're sitting on the throne and you throw the glass, and Julius shows up and he's like, I'm here to keep that promise I made for you. It's oh yeah, what a video
that was pretty cool. I remember that.
So good. Yeah.
But since we're on the
series.
subject of Metroidvanias, Shouldn't we talk about the new one, Metroid Dread?
I have
played it.
I haven't played it, but
I don't have a
if
Switch.
if
I'll
you've
never
played
play
it,
it.
everyone seems to be really liking it.
Well, it's too bad Tom isn't here because I think he has played it, right?
Yes.
I
I've
probably.
heard. I think I tweeted about it. I mean, it
Well,
looks good.
I kind of got it a bit later than everyone else because I had issues with my order, but I beat it recently. I beat it once on normal mode, and I got a playtime of like 3 hours and 50 minutes, which is pretty good. And then I beat it again on hard mode, following one of those.
Wait, you beat the whole game in 3 hours?
Well, it's not. That's the in-game timer. It actually took me longer than that, but the game
Seems
doesn't
really
count
short.
when you.
Is
It
it
doesn't
because you
count when
died
you
over and
die.
over?
Yeah, I died a lot, and it doesn't count your deaths.
Fair enough, I guess.
So it took longer than that, but that's like an accelerated speedrun time. So when I beat it on hard mode, I was following one of the sequence breaking guides, and I managed to get the playtime to like 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is not bad for a normal non-speedrunner.
That seems so short, though. It seems like a really short game. I don't.
Well, normally it would take you around like 10 hours probably to beat it.
Yeah, that's what I would expect for a casual play.
But most Metroid games can be beaten in under 2 hours speedrun time.
Well,
And,
yeah, but I mean, but it was your first play, so it's not like you're using speedrun strats.
Well, I did the second time around when I played on hard mode. The
Yeah.
first time I just went real fast. I got lucky on the first time. I only just barely made it under 4 hours, which is what you need to do to unlock, all the artwork and stuff.
Hey,
But anyways,
Cece says he wants to talk about Castlevania. Should we let him in?
I don't know. That's your
I've got-
call.
I got nothing to say about castles and
Yeah.
Vanias,
I mean,
but I don't mind. I
I've
guess.
I've gushed. I've gushed enough. I've gushed enough. Nah.
I just figured
Fuck
we should.
CC. Nah. Die. No, just
I
kidding.
figured we
Love you.
should talk
No.
about Metroid Dread so you can put it in the thumbnail and in the title. and
Oh
Oh
yeah.
Get all
my
those
God.
SEO points.
That's pretty
Dude,
good.
Metroid Dread, 2-dimensional. All right, hey, I played Metroid though. I can talk about Metroid, not Dread. That's the clickbait.
The
I can
first
talk about
Metroid.
Zero Mission and Fusion. Those are
Yeah.
my ones.
Well, I played all of them.
Zero
so I'm,
Mission is the remake of the original one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one I ever played was Fusion on the GBA, and then I played a port of the I think I played a GBA port of Super at some point, and I think those are the only two I've played. But they're cool.
There is
I
no
like 'em.
GBA port of Super. I think you're thinking of Zero Mission.
Maybe I played it on an emulator. No, I've definitely played Super Metroid.
Probably on
That's the
emulator.
big one. That's the big one that everyone says is like the best one, or
Yeah,
like what
that's-
the most
yeah.
iconic. And I still haven't gotten around to it. I
But
like
that is,
Metroid and, Zero Mission and Fusion though a lot, so I probably would like it.
Yeah, well, Super Metroid is my favorite, but I think my second favorite probably is Zero Mission. Zero Mission is even though it's a remake of the first Metroid, it's a lot like Super Metroid. It takes a lot of inspiration. Like a lot of the upgrades and bosses and stuff are taken directly from Super Metroid.
Yeah, it's such a cryptic game. Like
Yeah.
for like trying to figure out some of these things. Like there's that one bug that's like blocking your way from one angle, and it's got a really weird, creepy music, and then you have to go all the way around to the other side of it, and then it's just like the chrysalis is left, and you walk through it, and then that is turned into a bus. And it's
Yeah,
like
I
a
remember
bee
that.
or something.
That's something they added in the remake that's not in any other game.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
pretty cool.
it's really hard to because it was like I was quite young when I played Zero Mission. It was one of those like video games that actually does justice to like the wonder and exploration mind of a child sort of thing. Like, I wonder if you could go there. I wonder if you could do this and that. I wonder if you bounce on like explosions. What are the bomb balls?
The bomb jump.
The morph jump ball jumping. What if you could like jump all the way on the surface of the planet up to a ledge, and you could? And I got up there, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many places where that you can do that.
That's basically what Metroid is all about. And Super Metroid kind of does that even better because in Zero Mission it tells you where to go, but Super Metroid doesn't tell you where to go at all. You just have to figure it out.
I was so confused playing Zero Mission. I had no idea where I was going at any point. I was too stupid to understand when there was a cutscene that there was a way to get there. It's just sort of like you go to a Chozo, you get an upgrade, and then it goes and then you shows your map.
It goes
and then it goes and then funny little orange marker on the map, and it's like
they mark on your map.
That's but I didn't even have the map, so it was just like a dot off in the distance. I'm like, how do I go that way? I guess
Zero
I'll
Mission,
just explore
was,
the entire world over and over again every time because I kept not finding the right way to go. It was great.
Zero Mission, it had a pretty good balance between not giving you too much information about where to go, but it does give you at least a little nudge with that little icon. So you still have to figure it out on your own mostly, but you at least have some sense of direction and where to go. Because in Super Metroid and Metroid 1 and 2, you had no indication whatsoever. You just had to randomly search the map and figure out where to go.
You just sort of run up against a wall. You run around until you can't run around anymore, and you're like, how do I do this? And then you try and figure out how to do that.
Right. But what I like about Super Metroid is that even though it never tells you where to go with icons and stuff, the level design kind of has a lot of direction to it. So as long as you follow the basic philosophy of, if I haven't been somewhere, I should probably go there, you will almost always find the way forward. There's a couple of exceptions to that, but that general strategy, it pretty much always works. You know, it kind of like funnels you into where you need to go just through the natural geometry of the world. And I think that's pretty cool.
You know how I was playing for a little time. I said I was gonna like play a bunch of NES games or like franchises from the beginning. So I beat Mario 1, and I sort of stopped doing it at Mario 2, but I wanna do that. And then Mario 3. I also want to do that for like Zelda and Metroid as well. I could maybe play Super Metroid on stream at some point, and then like mute the comments because people tell me where to go, and I could just everyone would be seething and coping about how bad I am. And that'd be fun.
Well, I would definitely watch that stream. I'm a big fan of watching people play games that I grew up with, but it's their first time.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned that before. For some reason, I get a lot of satisfaction out of that. I guess it's just because I've beaten these games so many times that I don't remember what it's like to experience it for the first time. So whenever I get the opportunity to see somebody else experience it for the first time, I'm always pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's like vicariously getting something that is impossible to get yourself. Even if it's been a long time, you'll eventually remember parts of it, and you're like, oh yeah, I get it. I remember this. Seeing somebody
sometimes,
they play a game you've played before, and they walk past something, and then they stop and stare and be like, "Whoa, what the hell?" They're like surprised at something, and you have gotten so used to it that you didn't even register it. You've forgotten it was there. You've forgotten it was funny, or interesting.
Yeah, cool. Sometimes I'll be reminded of when I first played a game and the kinds of mistakes I used to make when I see somebody else have trouble with the same areas. So that's it's pretty interesting. At least I find it interesting.
What game were we talking about? Which Metroid?
Well, I was going to ask, with regards to Metroid Dread, how does it feel similar or different to Zero Mission? Because that's the one I know.
Well, it's definitely pretty similar. It's a lot more similar to Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion than Super Metroid, as far as the controls and the design and stuff. But it's probably the most similar to Samus Returns on the 3DS because I think it uses either the same engine or a similar engine to that one. That one had the free aim mechanic where you hold down one of the shoulder buttons and you can aim in 360 degrees pretty smoothly.
Insane.
And this, I think probably one of the big differences between, Metroid Zero Mission and Fusion compared to Super Metroid is the bosses. Because in Fusion and Zero Mission, the bosses are kind of hard. They're pretty dang hard. And in Metroid Dread, the bosses are also like pretty difficult, and they're kind of they're strangely Dark Souls-esque, not just because they're hard, but because you fight a lot of dudes, knight dudes or knight guys, just big hulking guys in armor with a spear and stuff. You fight a lot of that for some reason in Metroid Dread, and if you like that kind of boss fights, you'll probably like this as well. I really enjoyed boss fights personally in Metroid Dread. It was a lot of fun. Like, they're very hard. You die a lot, but they have really cool attack patterns to learn. And every single attack has a tell. So every time, if you know the tells, you can predict what attacks they're going to do before they do it. And it's really satisfying to just get a no damage kill on a boss that killed you like 50 times because you completely figured out his attack pattern. And there's also like the counters, the melee counter. When every once in a while the boss will flash yellow, and if you do a melee counter, that mechanic is from Samus Returns. If you do a melee counter when he flashes yellow, it triggers like a really cinematic animation where you just unload all your missiles into the boss and do massive damage, and that's extremely satisfying to pull off.
True, though, I assume.
But as far as the exploration is concerned, it's pretty much like any other Metroid. From Super Metroid, Zero Mission, and Fusion, and it has a pretty massive map, and there's a billion upgrades to collect. And those shine spark puzzles from Metroid Fusion. I think Zero Mission also had them. There's a lot of that here as well. Did you ever did any of those shine spark puzzles?
I got it. I got my baby bells. I'm good
What?
now. I got them.
What flavor?
Just regular.
Oh, fucking pathetic.
I know.
Is there a Metroid flavor?
A Metroid flavor, you put it on your head and it sucks your life force out.
There is. Metroid flavored cheese. Just
the plot to Metroid Dread, which I'm not going to talk about because it's a spoiler, but it's kind of weird. It gets kind of shonen towards the end.
I heard it is very like minimal storytelling. Like, there's not like cutscenes and stuff in it.
Yeah, for the most part, there's like very few cutscenes. The story is kind of done like in Fusion, where you go to the computer room and you talk to Adam. Adam the computer, and he just tells you what's going on for the most part.
Right.
But Adam doesn't talk as much here as he does in Fusion. So for most of the game, there's like no real cutscenes. But then all of a sudden, in the middle of the game, there's like a giant 10-minute cutscene that basically explains everything. But I just found the very end just feels really shonen to me, because it's like the main villain is like he's all like, "Oh, I let you live, Samus, because I wanted to see you reach your true potential. I wanted to see how strong you'd get."
Based.
So
is it her Chozo dad?
Yeah, that's basically
abusive Chozo dad. Like, Samus, you're supposed to be a bird, you idiot.
yeah, basically
works for me. I mean, the Metroid game is about collecting shit and getting fucking super powerful, so seems thematically appropriate.
on some, in some ways, I kind of like it because I sometimes like the cheesy shonen tropes, but at the
Sure.
same time, it also feels kind of, I don't know, lame that this is what all Metroid has, resulted in. It just resulted in, cheesy shonen tropes.
They just reinvented anime.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I was kind of expecting, I don't know, something different.
Hmm.
Because the previous Metroids didn't really, they didn't do that for the most part. So to
Hmm.
kind of see
Metroid
that, to see this is
isn't.
the big, massive revelation at the end, it's like, it's kind of weird. But, it kind of, the boss fight, the final boss is really cool. So it kind of works.
It's
I,
interesting because like I don't think of Metroid. Like there's a lot of world building and then aliens and like things you can study up on, but like I think of Metroid Zero Mission and I think I gotta blast those aliens. I gotta jump and I gotta morph ball. Like there's not much. It's not a thinking series. Not that like a heady like Metroid thing is bad or whatever, but like when I think of the plot of Metroid, it's usually just go to a planet, do your job, and then get out of there before it blows. It's like an
hmm.
action movie. It's like an 80s action movie plot of a video game.
Yeah, that is for the most part accurate. It was really only Metroid Fusion that started to step up the storytelling a lot. But all the
Yeah.
previous ones barely had any cutscenes, and Zero Mission, since it's a remake of Metroid One, that's why it has like almost no story in it, because that's what Metroid One was like. So they're mostly just side-scrolling action exploration games. The story is pretty secondary to the game. It's mostly just lore. There's a lot of lore, but there's not a whole lot of plot.
There's there's a lot of lore, but it's like lore that I don't feel curious to learn about. Like I know that there's like the space pirates with Ridley. I don't really care what they're being space pirates about, or why, or where they're from, or what the state of the galaxy is in. Who does Samus work for? Do they work for anyone? I don't really feel curious about these things, even though there might be like cool tidbits of information. Like in Metroid Prime, you can scan everything, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't actually care about anything. I just want to shoot.
Yeah.
But it's weird because, like in
Yeah, I don't
other
really.
sci-fi universes, I would like to know a lot more. Don't know
I
why
don't
that's
really care
different.
about the scan information in Metro Prime. Most of that is I think most of that is just fluff. The writers had to earn their paychecks, so they just had to put together as many words as they can. Increase those word counts. Um, but I think the lore of the series is something you would only care about if you played like all the games and you're a hardcore fan. But if you don't really, if you're not that big of a fan, you probably it's like Zelda. The Zelda games don't have big plots either, and you'd only care about the Zelda timeline if you've played like all the games and you're a big, hardcore Zelda fanatic. So
I
this is
I don't know. I
similar.
feel like I do care, or I am interested in the Zelda timeline, probably just because it was an interesting infographic when I first saw it. I was like, oh, what do you know? Oh, they're linked. They're linked. Haha, link
Linked to the past.
and the
Yeah,
Yeah.
future.
exactly.
Am I right? Hell yeah. Cool.
But like Zelda, if there was like a map of all the planets in Zelda, a la Ratchet and Clank or something, and I was like, oh, look at all those planets.
Hmm.
Well,
Well. Well, what
screw
about them?
attack. What about them? Blow
I
them
think
up.
the bottom line of Metroid Dread is that if you like Metroid, you're probably gonna like Metroid Dread.
I I probably will.
It's
I'll
more of
steal it.
what you like about Metroid, basically.
Well, that's good.
But
Uh,
I felt like a lot of the bosses took a lot of inspiration from Mega Man, because most of the bosses are like one-on-one fights with a dude as opposed to a giant monster or alien. And there were a lot of mechanics added in this game that felt like Mega Man. Like there's a slide move, a Mega Man style
mm,
slide, and then
mm-hmm,
there's
mm-hmm.
also like there's something that's kind of like the dash move from Mega Man X and the air dash. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Those mechanics, they really make the bosses way more enjoyable.
Mm.
Because you can kind of air dash over the bosses to avoid their attacks and stuff. And
Wait, it's on the Switch. I don't have a Switch, so I couldn't even play it if I wanted to. Damn.
You could steal it.
Oh,
There are Switch
you know,
emulators.
Used to use my
I heard
roommate's
there's
Switch, but now we moved.
I heard that there's an emulator actually that fully plays Metroid Dread, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think-
Seriously?
Yeah, I read that in an article somewhere.
The Switch emulator has been around for a while. My brother was like, oh, like he Googled it one time, and it just came up, and it was easy to use to play Switch games. It's like, well, what do you know?
I
Surprising.
think there's two major emulators that run Dread. One partially runs it, and the other one runs it all the way. I guess it's fully playable, I think. But I haven't tried it, so I don't actually know, from first-hand experience how well it works.
My hands are clean. I didn't
Yeah,
steal
my
from
hands
no
are clean because I
corporation.
washed them.
Same.
I should stop. I shouldn't look at Twitter.
Ben,
It's
don't be
distracting.
twittering
It's
right now.
distracting.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of something else I wanted to bring up. So Riley challenged you to like a boxing match or something.
Oh god, are we gonna talk about that? Yeah, he said he wanted to punch me or something.
It's kind of
Show
funny because
fists.
at one moment it seemed like you two were working together to conspire against
Yeah,
the May break-in story,
yeah.
and
I
now
don't know.
you're like at odds
No,
with
it
each
was
other again.
no, it was the other way. It was the other way. He what did he say? I don't know. He posted some shit on like a YouTube comment that was like, Ben just doesn't like Trixie because he's jealous because he wants her back, but we've got her now. And I'm like, okay, that's wrong. That's a lie. You're lying about me. And he was upset. He was mad that I said he was lying about me. And he said, I'm gonna punch you. And he kept posting gifs of people being punched to illustrate what
really?
he intended
He
to
did
do
that?
to me. And then the May thing came up, and suddenly he's like, he completely switches tune, and suddenly he's like, oh yeah, Ben's, we're both, me and Ben are both just real genuine guys, we got our differences, but we could, it's like, okay.
So you
Riley's
formed a temporary
wacky
truce.
guy.
I didn't. Nobody did. I don't know. That's just what happened. And it's pretty funny. It was, yeah, I just rolled with it because I thought it was funny. We didn't actually like, that was pretty much the end of the conversation. We didn't we exchanged like one or two things about like how the break-in story sounded kind of fishy. Yeah, Riley says it's like fake and made up. I don't know if he says that May lied about it. I don't know if I trust him, but I don't really trust her either, so I don't know what to think about it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He's pretty untrustworthy, but
I would say so. I think so, yeah.
you can't really take anything he says seriously.
Not really. Oh yeah, Trixie wrote that Substack article this week where she, in so many words, says that it's transphobia that I don't like her anymore, and that's it. So that's funny.
That was only
weird.
a matter of time.
Pretty shitty. Yeah, pretty shitty thing to do. Pretty clearly dishonest. Clearly a misrepresentation of it, but it's convenient to believe it. So I guess sure. Why not? She said she gives a list. She says I don't experience transphobia in the real world. I only experience transphobia in very specific circumstances. And then she gives a list of circumstances, and one of the things on the list is someone that used to be close to me, encouraging my patrons to not be patrons anymore, or not pay me anymore.
One of the things
Very
on the list is Ben Saint. I don't experience transphobia in the real world, but I do experience it through Ben Saint.
Through Ben Saint specifically, yes, Ben Saint of Boston, America. This is his telephone number.
You're trying to ruin the careers, the livelihoods of a trans creator. I mean, what the fuck?
That's literally what I'm doing, and I don't feel good about it. I feel
that's
heroic.
a good point.
I feel heroic for doing so. Who made me mad? Ooh, made me mad to see that.
I saw a short clip. It's a part of a longer video, but I saw a short part of it where Trixie, somebody asks Trixie what what you would have to do in order for her to forgive you. And
and she said I had to kill myself.
She will only forgive you if you commit harakiri. Is that how you say it?
Harakiri, yes. She said harakiri, but the Yigs didn't know what that meant, so she amended it to seppuku.
And they knew what that meant?
Yeah.
I think that's more of a well-known term.
I think so. I don't know.
She wants you to commit Sudoku.
Yeah, true.
That's probably why. It's because of the memeability of seppuku.
Seppuku. Oh, I remember. I learned the word seppuku from that one like kids show. It's called like Mystic Ninja, I think it's called, but it's like the kids show with the little goofy ninja, and one of the bad guys is a guy named Seppuku Maru, who just like his whole thing is just that he commits suicide and he cuts his guts open and he kills himself. That's
a weird thing to be in a kids show.
It is, but it's true. Wait. Let me show you Seppuku Maru. He's
Seppuku
fucking
Mario.
No. Okay. I can't. Like, if you've never seen this before, I mean, it's real. Wait. I'm in the wrong server.
Make sure your seats are belted.
Yeah, this guy. He's like the evil henchman guy, and he's always like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna seppuku myself this time."
Wait,
he's
looks
so confident and cocky looking with his knife dangling
this looks really
his
familiar to me. I don't know why.
He loves disemboweling himself. It's from Goemon.
He's got a 1 ton thing around his
Goemon.
wrist.
Oh, one ton wrist weights. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I think it's called like Mystic Ninja in the English dub. But yeah, Goemon.
He commits seppuku in 10 times Earth gravity.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in one of the games because I played like all the Goemon games. I used to be a big fan of the series. I didn't know there was an anime. You said this is from an anime?
Yeah, Goemon. Wait, Ganbare Goemon is the show, I think. Was there a video game about this guy?
I mean, if he was a boss,
probably.
he would win instantly. So I don't know.
I feel like I might have played a Super Nintendo game about
I think
the
he's
same
from one of the
ninja man.
Yeah, he's from one of the Super Nintendo games, I think, that never came out in the US. I can't remember which one though.
Hold on. NES game. There's a this game. This fucking game right here. I remember renting this game from Blockbuster Video, and thinking it was cool, but like not really understanding how to like play it and progress in it.
Game Grumps played that, I think.
I think they did.
Yeah, I played this briefly. I never beat it, but this is one of the early Goemon games.
Okay, so this is... Okay, well, I don't remember Seppuku Maru from this game, but... he doesn't even look like the same character, barely.
There were a lot of the Super Nintendo games. There's like 4 or 5 Super Nintendo Goemon games, most of which did not come out here. But I beat them all like in the early 2000s when I first discovered emulation. And I'm pretty sure he's in one of the games, I think. Because he looks really familiar to me.
Well, fuck. Okay, I typed in Goemon in Google, and I did see the kid, but I first got Ishikawa Goemon, a legendary Japanese outlaw hero who stole gold and other valuables to give to the poor. He and his son were boiled alive in public after their failed assassination attempt on the Sengoku period warlord Totoyome Hideyoshi. This is a cool guy.
So
It's
these
got a
are
whole
this was a real.
Wikipedia.
You mean
This
you
is a
don't
real
know
person?
about the legend of Goemon?
I know that
No,
it,
yeah,
I
Goemon
know
is
that
based
it's
on a real person.
I don't know nothing. But
I knew that it was based on a,
seems
like-
similar to like.
I knew that it was based on like a legend or something. I didn't know it was a real person. That's neat, I guess. He's like Robin Hood.
I think it's
Is he like Japanese Robin
I
Hood?
The
think-
boiled
basically?
alive thing reminds me of what happened to spoilers in One Piece.
Oh, no, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I think the Goemon is based on a real person, but there's probably a lot of myths and legends surrounding him as well.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
outlaw heroes are cool. Everyone has them. He's Robin Hood.
yeah. He said fuck the police. Goemon says fuck the police, and he's right to say
You
it.
do get on the Goemon SNES games. You do get attacked by cops all the time. You know, from that period, whatever they were called,
Yes.
the guards.
Samurai. No, I don't think no. Okay. Right. Yeah, I couldn't beat it. I didn't understand. I was too stupid. I was a stupid kid and I didn't know how video games worked.
You should have played Mystical Ninja for the Super Nintendo and also the N64. Those were pretty good Goemon games.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't.
They didn't call them Goemon. When they brought them here, they didn't call them Goemon at first. They just called them Mystical Ninja.
Yeah.
Which that title doesn't mean anything.
No. Neither does Goemon.
Because he's not even a ninja.
Un-American. Is he not a ninja? Is he's just a guy, I guess.
Yeah,
An
I
outlaw.
suppose so.
Guy with a sword.
He sort of has a I guess yeah, he's not really a ninja. He holds like a pipe. He just has a fucking pipe that he smokes weed out of, and that's his thing.
Yeah, in the games, he uses a pipe as a weapon. And what's even funnier is that he gets a Shane pipe later on that he can like use as a hook shot or something.
Oh, a what pipe?
A Shane pipe, you know, a pipe
Oh, a
with
chain
a Shane.
pipe. Right.
It becomes
sure.
like a long-ranged melee weapon in the N64 game.
Dude, like Castlevania, the whip.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Ivy
It's like
from
a whip.
that. Is it King of Fighters that the no? It's Soul Calibur that the Ivy has the chain sword. There's a
yeah.
chain. Yeah, there's a chain. Oh yeah, there's a chain sword in Dawn of Sorrow too. Pog. Video game.
Fire Emblem. There's a
Get souls.
The
you get
general
the
class
lightning
has like a
the lightning
spear
puppet
with a
soul.
chain
You
on
shoot
it,
lightning bolts.
and an axe with a chain on it.
And you make the red minotaur. You make the big axe that goes
You know-
woo all around the whole screen.
A Shane sword
Double has a
sounds
thing.
cool, but I don't know if it would be really practical. Seems kind of pointless.
I feel like, well, they had one in what's that video game? Bloodborne. So I guess it
Chain
so
sword?
I guess
You
it
mean
would
the-
be useful. in
You
real
mean the
life.
cane sword?
Oh
the
right, it
cane-
was a cane
chain-
sword.
cane
yeah,
whip?
yeah. It wasn't a sword. It was a cane. Oops. Yeah. No, it would probably not work in real life. I think, in my opinion.
I feel like the Goemon
speaking-
series is pretty underrated. More people should check out those games.
Well, I don't
Actually,
know. I don't know a damn thing about it, so I guess you're right.
Actually, most of the Super Famicom games have recently been translated, so if you are into emulation, you can play them now in English. There's like 4 of them, I think.
Wow.
So I would recommend that. When I beat those games back in the day, there were no translations, so I had to beat them in Japanese, and it definitely hindered the experience a bit because those games do have some funny dialogue.
Yes, good.
Like I remember one of the bosses of the Super Nintendo games is a guy who's obsessed with sports, and all the enemies are themed after like baseball and stuff.
An evil athlete by the name of Seppuku Maru has been tearing my home apart.
Yeah, that's
an
where he's from
athlete.
actually. That's from Super Goemon 4, I think, or Goemon 4, whatever it's called.
Sure.
So that's why I recognize this guy because I beat this game that this screenshot is from.
Excellent.
Whoever is editing this should put this in the the episode, this image.
Eleazar.
Yes, that is
Get
correct.
Get on it. Cool.
Speaking of Japan period.
Yes.
I've been getting into in order to like get away from rewatching Red Letter Media for the 70th time in my off hours when I'm just not really, I don't need to do anything. I've been trying to get some anime into my veins.
Oh no!
But it's good.
I was recommending Legend of the Galactic Heroes to some people yesterday.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good show.
I think I tried to watch that. It was boring though.
Oh jeez. Well, all right.
Maybe it was something else, but I watched some classic stuff because I like it because the past is cool, old good,
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff happened back then.
I can always agree with that.
Yeah. I saw fucking Gauche, the cellist, the cellist. How do you say celloist?
Cellist.
Cellist. Gauche the cellist. That was pretty cool. And then Panda Copanda, which I love, which is a cute little Totoro-esque Miyazaki film pre-Ghibli.
Oh yeah, I saw your drawing.
Yeah, and I note that because it was so good. My art is so incredible and impressive that people had no idea that I drew it. They thought it was promotional material, and I feel pretty cool about that. Everyone was fooled.
Yeah, I mean,
no
it
likes.
did. It looked like you didn't draw it. It was too on model. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Panda, Copanda. That's a good one. What else? Hang on, I got a list. I got a list of stuff. I watched fucking the Inferno Cup. That was cool. That was a cool little one.
Well, that sounds cool.
It's a web series where it's barely any animation. Was it a trigger thing? I can't remember. I liked it though. Hey, anime.
Hey.
Japanese colloquialism.
It's true though.
A couple of years ago, I watched.
I haven't watched anything
for the first time. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho, and
that's on my list to watch.
I liked Yu Yu Hakusho as a kid. I never finished it. I feel like they never aired the end of it on Cartoon Network or wherever I was watching it, so I never saw the end. It was good though.
Well,
good program.
I first found out about it on because I kind of got into a lot of emulation in the early 2000s, so I randomly downloaded a Yu Yu Hakusho Super Famicom ROM, back in the day, and I quickly found out that the game was based on an anime, and then I proceeded not to watch the anime for like a decade, but I kept hearing about it, and I kept wondering about it, and I was really curious. So one day I just decided, a couple of years back, I decided I wanna watch this thing. I wanna see what it's all about. And when I went into it, I had no idea it was considered good. So at first I thought I made a horrible mistake to commit to watching to like several hundred episodes of a new show that maybe sucks.
What was the show?
Yu Yu Hakusho. That's what I'm.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't know it was good, but I remember while I was watching it, I saw Trixie. Back when she was Digibro.
Right.
I saw her tweet out a recommendation. I think I saw her recommend Gib Yu Yu Hakusho. She said it was one of the best animes or something.
Yeah, so, she liked that one a lot.
So when I saw that, I felt kind of vindicated.
Fingers around my dick, etc., etc.
Yeah, when I saw that, I felt kind of like vindicated. I felt like, oh, I made a good choice. If, the anime expert Digibro thinks is good, then I must have picked well.
Here's the seal of approval.
Yeah. But I watched the whole thing, and I really liked it. It's probably one of my favorite shonens so far that I've seen.
Wow. Her recommendation is what got me to watch Ultimate Survivor Kaiji, which is so good. And now I can go, when people talk about Squid Game, I can go, Kaiji did it first. Kaiji was better, probably. I haven't actually seen Squid Game. But
I haven't seen it either.
When people say it's like Kaiji, I know what they're talking about. Because I guess they're both about people in in death games trying to get out of debt.
Okay.
You know.
The most recent
Wait, isn't that just
anime
real life?
film.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they were both about society.
The most recent one I watched was The Little Prince and the Eight-Headed Dragon, which is like
I've never even heard of that.
It's a early Toei, like really early. I think it said in the credits that Isao Takahata was one of the assistant directors.
Who's Takahata? What did he do?
Takahata and Miyazaki are like the two big guys at Ghibli.
Oh, Takahata is probably the
Grave
guy
of the
that made
Fireflies and some of the other.
he's probably the guy that made what's that stupid one? Only Yesterday? That one that kind of sucks.
I don't know actually.
Yeah.
Let me quickly.
Is the dragon based on Orochi or whatever it's called?
It is. This is the Little Prince is Susanoo, and it's Orochi, and it's
I
basically.
played the dog game.
I played Okami.
Okami.
Yeah,
I played
I
Okami.
recognized it's like Nagi and Nami and Susanoo, and this is like really, really well animated. Seems really quite Western. It's so early on in anime production that they're like still lip syncing. They're lip syncing to the actual sounds that the actors are making, rather than just opening the mouth flaps.
This looks really bizarre.
It's like, really good.
It looks very modern. It doesn't Yeah, it looks like Samurai Jack. I see or something.
Yeah, Samurai Jack was inspired
anime.
heavily. Samurai Jack was inspired heavily from this. This is like a 60s anime movie, and it's like
really
one of the big early things that is like super influential. And I noticed that Susanoo himself looks so much like Toon Link that it can't be a coincidence. This is definitely like the inspiration for Toon Link and a lot of other little things.
He really does, now that you mention it.
Why is he riding a My Little Pony?
That is that is a cute little fucking horse. It's flying horse, not a Pegasus.
No, he just flies.
He's so cute because instead of like flapping wings, he just kicks his little legs really, really fast to move quicker. I'm trying to find a cool GIF.
Well, he flies with the power of friendship.
He flies with the power of I'm a flying horse.
He flies with honesty, loyalty, laughter, friendliness, kindness.
Will this play? Why will it not play? No.
Stick-to-itiveness, trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, I believe.
How do I get a... I don't know how to fucking make a GIF be posted in a fucking chat. I hate this so much.
You gotta right-click it,
copy link, image address.
Save it, and then click it and drag it. That's one way to do it.
This sucks so much. All right.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it does.
I want you to see the funny little leg kicking. Well, go to the webpage. You'll see them.
Oh, fine. Okay. Let's see this little... Oh, he's just flapping his little legs. What? This does not look like it was from the 60s.
Well, yeah, this is before anime has like solidified a look. It's very much like copying the Western animation that is around before that. It feels a bit like oh god, what were they doing at this time in Disney and stuff? I'm not sure. But it feels familiar with a lot of the backgrounds and stuff, but like different because it's made in Japan.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's
kind
really
of
cool
like how Astro Boy doesn't look like a lot of modern anime. What was it called? Astro Boy? I forget.
This looks like they were, Astro Boy and all the who's the Astro Boy guy? The guy who made every fucking thing.
Tezuka.
Osamu Tezuka, I think.
Tezuka. Like the Tezuka, like what do you call it? Ethos is like cut down on everything, like minimize everything, like like cut frames, animate on thirds instead of twos. This looks like it's the exact opposite. They were like, no, we're gonna make this as hard as possible. We're gonna fully animate all the mouths. It's gonna be every frame. It looks like they were like, nah, fuck cost-saving measures. We're going all out, and we're gonna make a masterpiece. Was what they were going for here. Doesn't look lazy at all, because the early anime was made because they made it as cheaply as possible. They pumped it out.
Yeah, this is before all that bullshit. This is that real shit.
Is this before Tezuka? No.
No. Let's see. Osamu Tezuka.
I don't think so, because I think Astro Boy was one of the first animes ever, and I think it originally aired in black and white.
Well, it's TV. This is a movie. They used to make movies before they were doing TV as an anime thing.
Okay, so Astro Boy, the Astro Boy manga was serialized from 1952 to 1968. So it would have been contemporary with Astro Boy and Tezuka and stuff. So I guess it was kind of at the same time.
Little Prince Neo Headed Dragon. Release date 1963. So maybe it'd be after. I don't think the Astro Boy anime would have been around, but the manga certainly would have.
Astro Boy, okay, the Astro Boy, and the anime series started in the same year, 1963.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's decided, well, let's just be animators now, and they all did.
It premieres. Why does it say this? Is a Japanese television series that premiered on Fuji TV on New Year's Day, 1963, a Tuesday. I don't know why it mentions that it's a Tuesday, but okay.
It was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday, in case you were wondering. Thanks, I was.
Well, at least it wasn't a Monday.
I don't even know.
I hate Mondays.
Anime would never have gone the places it went if it started on a Monday.
Could you imagine a fucking Japanese-made Garfield strip? It's the same, but Garfield just likes, I don't know, sushi instead of lasagna.
Like sushi. I bet.
Yeah, the Japanese Garfield.
I bet there are like some equivalent, like someone in Japan, where comics are so popular. Someone in Japan had to be like, "Wow, Garfield is the most popular fucking thing in the universe. I should just basically make Garfield, but it's me doing it." I bet someone did it.
Garfield.
It's hard to find, because if you type in Japanese Garfield, you will get memes upon memes. You'll never find an actual real thing.
I mean, if you're a manga artist and you're looking at like the landscape, you're looking at like, what is successful in my industry? You're like, oh, Garfield. That's like the Garfield and Peanuts. At some point, you must have looked at the landscape and been like, Garfield is dominating. I have to make my own Garfield. I have to ride Garfield's coattails. It's the only way. Somebody must have done it.
Garfield, why did you eat all my sushi?
Terrible. Just terrible.
Garfield, you better commit seppuku now. Garfield does not do that.
You better commit harakiri. I mean seppuku.
The cat's out of the bag now.
Rip-off. Japanese. I'm looking up Japanese Garfield rip-off.
And it turns out there's a Japanese Garfield that came out before that inspired it. Inspired Garfield.
Oh, Japanese Garfield leak. Urusei Yatsura? Oh.
Urusei Yatsura?
I think it's just a joke because she wears the orange stripes. Okay, never mind.
This is a serious deep dive. I want to find the one Japanese artist who was like, "Oh, Garfield, I could do that. I have a cat."
I'm not finding... I have a cat. I could do this. I'm not finding it, so maybe it didn't happen.
No.
They must have had... I mean, they had, like, newspaper strips, right?
I'm not even sure.
I mean, well, they would probably do, like 4-coma, right? Like the vertical. I mean, they'd probably formatted differently, but like
Japanese
people made that kind of like newspaper strip, basically. Yeah, I guess they would usually do the 4 panels instead of 3. I don't know. Yeah, there must have been some publication, some magazine or newspaper that was like, let's run comic strips like an American style. Let's just kind of do it like that. Maybe it'll take off. And maybe it didn't. I don't know. When I Google Japanese Garfield ripoff, for some reason I get the Real Ghostbusters 1993 video game.
That's probably where Garfield was ripped off. There's like a cat in the game.
Okay, the Japanese version is based on Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse, which is part of the Mickey Mouse side of Kemco's Crazy Castle series, while the European version is based on Jim Davis's Garfield comic strips and the animated series Garfield and Friends. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I don't know, that sounds pretty crazy.
Depending on which version is played, the player controls Mickey Mouse, Peter Venkman, or Garfield? Okay. So
what is this?
They just made the same game, and they made 3 different versions of it, and one of them is Garfield, and one of them is Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters, and one of them is Mickey Mouse.
Is this Peter Venkman is supposed to be like the John of this universe?
The Real Ghostbusters, known in Europe as Garfield Labyrinth, and in Japan as Mickey Mouse 4 Maho no Labyrinth.
Oh, I see. So they just rebranded the same game multiple times.
Why did they do it? Why not just release it the same? It must have just been they made the game.
I gotta play this.
You gotta play all 3 and compare. They must have just made the game, and they were like, okay, we've got the Mickey Mouse license for Japan, but we don't have it for America, so we gotta get another license. Okay, we'll put Ghostbusters in it.
There's no information here. There's no like why did they do this?
Yeah, actually,
here's what the gameplay is, and here's how people thought about it.
This kind of thing has happened before with some of these old Japanese games. Sometimes they would get rebranded with different IP characters and stuff. That actually, it originally happened sort of with the original Donkey Kong. Like, the original Donkey Kong was supposed to be a Popeye licensed game, but they couldn't get the rights. So they just redid all the characters, and it was the same game, basically. But then later on, they did get the rights to Popeye, and they did actually release a Popeye game that nobody nowadays knows about.
I think I played that game
on the Game Grumps, right? They played the Popeye game on Game Grumps, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, but I played it on my channel.
I'm pretty damn sure that... Wait, you played it? When I was young, we had this... the family computer, and there was a Popeye game on it. I don't know whether it was a rip-off of the Popeye game or a strangely emulated version that my parents got given in a bunch of, like, here's some games for the kids. And that was on there. And there was also a Huckleberry Hound game and some other cartoon thing.
Fascinating.
But I feel like I've played the Popeye version of the thing, because you go up ladders and shit.
Yeah, I played I did a let's pun, whatever you want to call it, of the Popeye game on my channel. It's quite a few years ago now.
I'm not sure if I saw that one. What a game! What a choice of game!
What a world!
I mostly shows it because it was short, and
yeah.
Short.
That's the one where you gotta like collect Olive Oil's hearts, like she's like extruding hearts, and they're floating up.
Yeah, that's
and you gotta catch them.
The plot is that Bluto, the antagonist, he wants to kidnap Olive Oil, which is Popeye's girlfriend, and the joke I told in my playthrough is Popeye likes his Popeye likes his Olive Oil extra version.
Oh god, yeah, true, true, yeah.
It was a pretty good line, I think.
I saw a strip.
No, it's Popeye 2. Sorry, I had to interrupt, but I found Popeye. It's Popeye
shit.
2 for the PC. I played Popeye 2 for the PC when I was young. This is nostalgia.
I saw a Popeye strip where like an interviewer is asking Popeye like his opinions on like various political issues of the day, and Popeye gives like his he's asking him about like, Popeye, are you a fan of like prohibition and stuff? And let me try and find it. It was funny.
And Popeye's response is just, I just eat spinach, man. I don't know what to tell you.
No, he asks, what do you think about prohibition? And he says, I don't likes to think about it, or something.
But that sounds like something he'd say.
There was more though. He asked him like a dozen questions about like the various social ills that were plaguing like Prohibition era America. He mostly doesn't have opinions about them.
Have you seen that Twitter account that
Fuck.
is like official Popeye, but Popeye is like super trans positive?
No. Wait, it's
I don't
official?
know what it's called. I think it was official. It's just sort of like Popeye, the official Twitter account, and it's just sort of like celebrating like LGBT issues and stuff. And people are like, oh, base Popeye. No, I like it. It was cool. It was cute.
I feel like if you asked Popeye about that sort of thing, you'd be like, hey Popeye, what do you think about transgenderism? And he'd be like, trans whatism?
He'd be funnier about it. I am what I am. Damn it! I found
what they am.
They am what they ams. I found this cropped version, which doesn't have all the questions. It only has like half of them. There was more. He asked him about prohibition. Do you drink? I refuse this to answer on account of it might incriminate me.
What is your religion? Treat everybody right, and if they steps on you, sock 'em. Yeah, like
Wisdom.
based.
Such wisdom.
It was like that attitude, but for trans rights. It was great.
Right. Sock 'em, rock 'em, sock 'em, robots. Based. Okay, cool.
Well, Popeye he always taught the kids to eat spinach, and spinach is pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Damn it. I just thought it was interesting to see them being like, "Hey, Popeye, it's the past. Here we are in the good old days, but our society has problems. What do you think about them?" Popeye, what's your opinion on cancel culture? What's your take on the abortion bill that they just passed in Texas, Popeye? Please, we need to know.
That would be a great political comic.
That's what this would have been if this was made like today. Instead of asking about prohibition. This is. Look
I used to strangely be a big fan of the Popeye black and white cartoons when I was a kid.
Look at him. Look at him.
I am disgustipated.
I'm disgustipated. Great. That's an all-timer.
That's like constipated, but more disgusting. He's disgusted and also constipated.
I hope so. What were we talking about?
I was a fan of the old black and white Popeye cartoons, mostly because I really liked the animation. It was like I think they made it in like the 1940s or 1930s or something. It was a long time ago, before television, and I was just really impressed with how well animated it was.
I guess they would have shown in like movie theaters, right?
Yeah, I read they used to show them in movie theaters before a movie, either before or after a movie.
Yeah. The television like changed the format. Everything was either like a short, like an animated short, or like a feature length film. And then, like that's like Disney. Yeah, because like when Disney started, it was pre-television, so like they made movies because that's the only thing you could see animation in, was you'd see a feature length.
Yeah, the very first Disney.
Well, you would go to the theater and there would be like a little short played before like a live action movie. You would have the cartoons.
I think the very first Disney animated short was Steamboat Willie, and I think it came out in 1928.
Damn, Mickey Mouse is so old. He'd be dead if he was a real mouse.
Well, I sure wish he would enter the public domain by now.
Yeah, everyone's gagging to draw Mickey Mouse.
But
can't do it.
those old Popeye cartoons were really, they had really impressive animation, even by today's standards. Like I saw
Oh, yeah.
somebody comparing the animation of one of the Popeye fight scenes to like a Dragon Ball Z fight scene,
Yeah.
and the Popeye scene actually looked better than the average like Dragon Ball fight scene.
It's because
they're more animated.
They animated on ones because the idea of like saving money and time to make it so that you could like animate on twos and have less like drawings. It would make it cheaper, but like animation was like it was a high skill, high paid like luxury sort of industry initially. You only had so many of them working on it. And then since it became so popular, it was like, oh, we got to mass produce this stuff. We got to make it cheaper. And thus Dragon Ball Z. So it was one to the other.
Yeah, I was in when they syndicated the Popeye cartoon, they made it a lot more cheaply, and it was a lot, not as well animated. I think this happened around the 60s and 70s, and I didn't enjoy those Popeye cartoons as much because I just appreciated the better animation of the shorts they used to do in the past.
Yeah. By the way, this image here that I posted, I think this was blowing up on Twitter. Somebody was saying, "Oh, based like non-binary Popeye because he's wearing women's clothes and he's
darling, promise you won't be mad at me if I tells you something. Of course, I won't be mad at my little wifey. What is it? I am amphibious. I wears both woman's and man's clothes. Arf, arf. I am Popeye. What the fuck is he talking about? Okay.
I don't know. This kind of confuses me.
I am a little confused.
It's just sort of like a funny, like, oh, Popeye wearing both man and women clothes, and then it's like, oh, non-binary icon Popeye. I think it was like a joke, but then Popeye, the official account, got in on it. It was like, yeah, based. I agree, and then it started all that stuff. And
I don't know if this was meant.
Why does he bark? Why does he bark after after coming out as amphibious? He barks.
yeah. You would think he would croak.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Popeye is definely pretty cool. He should be in Smash, actually.
I have no idea.
Why is he married to this surly strong man?
Probably for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with
one assumes it is for some reason.
I was going to say something else, but I didn't think of it.
Well, it's not for no reason.
Well, when you're right, you're right. Okay.
Dude, segue.
Quick, somebody segue.
I have a segue.
Oh,
it's
fine.
from Popeye the Sailor, comic strip, Clarissa Gunsmoke, comic strip.
Oh, right. I finally read it.
Yes. What do you think?
I don't think it's much of a spoiler. I'm very interested in what's going on with the temple and that dude's hat. Like, something is up, and I want to know what's up with that. And that's where I'm at with Clarissa. Yeah, something's up, and I assume one day I will learn what's up.
I'll string you along for like 50 years, and then I'll tell you.
Please string me.
It's like, hey, buy my new comic, and then you'll find out next time. Never happens.
Ooh, that's how they get you.
Yeah, that's do the Dragon Ball Z thing where Goku trains in the hyperbolic time chamber for like 50 episodes. And every episode is like, next time on Dragon Ball Z, maybe something will actually happen.
This planet will explode in 5 minutes. 14 episodes later, it finally blows up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was cool. Are you making more? When do I get to read the end?
I will. So I had written the end. I want to go over it and like see if I can write it better, because it's probably, first draft is always worst draft. You can always improve little bits here and there.
Sure.
So I want to go over it. I anticipate that very soon I will be busy with Lord of Ghosts Kickstarter stuff, because the plushes have arrived.
Yes, I
and
saw
they're
the
sitting in a
on
box.
Twitter. So cool.
I didn't want to take them out just yet, just in case. I don't know. they get damaged from being exposed to the air or whatever.
Yeah, they crumble to dust.
Yeah, they're very fragile. So they're just sitting in a box, and I've got the pins, and you're drawing, and the rest of the artists are drawing the Lord of Ghost stories.
I have drawn 8 pages. I have 1 page left to go.
One page left, and then I can tell everyone else Ben Saint was faster than you, and then they'd feel bad.
That is truly embarrassing. I'm never faster than anyone.
Yeah, there's nothing more shameful than Ben Saint being faster than you.
It is, because not only am I slow, but also mine was like the longest by far. But I did it. So well, I haven't finished it yet, but soon. So I hope I hope that shames them into action.
Yeah, so all of that is going to be a lot of work, but I will be writing the ending of Clarissa and then sketching out a bunch of it. Probably not going to show anyone. I was thinking of streaming it, but I'm not sure. I feel like I initially did those streams last year because like, oh shit, I'm so bad at working. I need eyes on me to force me to work, and that was the stream. But like for this like finishing of the comic and posting it, I didn't stream it, and I managed to work anyway. So I was like, you know what? I don't need to do that. It's fun, but like I don't need to. I'll do it if I really feel like making an event of it.
I've always been kind of conflicted.
I'd like to keep it more like secret.
I've always been conflicted about the idea of streaming a comic that you're drawing because on the one hand it seems like a lot of fun, but on the other hand it kind of spoils, the story and stuff.
So I'll do it in secret, and maybe I'll stream other things. I'll stream the beating Mario 2 or something eventually. I'll get around to it. I know GamersTavern, you have been anticipating that.
I've been waiting for that momentous occasion when you finally beat Mario 2.
I'll be so much of a gamer to have beaten 2 Mario games.
That'll make you that'll make you 2 points above Ben Saint as a gamer.
I had all the old like NES Mario games as a kid, and I never beat any of them because I was a child and too stupid to beat the game.
That's absolutely shameful.
I know.
You had the real deal, and you didn't even really do it.
No, I couldn't. I tried. Game's hard. I assume I could probably do it now. Probably I could beat Mario now if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I just don't want to is all. Maybe I can't. Well, now I wish I had, so I wouldn't be made fun of. But it's too late.
Yeah, it's the only reason you would play a game is so that you can make fun of people who didn't play it.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I want to be the one making fun of others. I don't want to be on the receiving end. I want to be dishing it, not taking it. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, just like how you never beat Final Fantasy Tactics either.
No, I got stuck in the fucking Y-Graph castle or whatever. Yeah, stupid.
And it's like one of your favorite games too.
I don't know if I would say. I mean, I like it a lot. I don't know if I'd say it was one of. I mean, meh. For a time, it was the tactical RPG was my favorite genre for when I was like in high school. I love that shit.
I do admit though that game is pretty complicated for a child to beat.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how I beat it as a child, but somehow I did.
I watched a speedrun of Vanguard Bandits the other day. The speedrunner. Sometimes the speedrunner is annoying. And it's the speedrunner was very like Reddit core. Her jokes were very Reddit core, and it made me go, "Ugh, God, stop."
Well, at least there weren't bad puns being made constantly.
No, that would be the worst. That would be the absolute worst.
Yeah, I can't imagine watching a Let's Play like that.
Imagine doing a speed run, making puns like lightning speed. Like perfectly executing everything, but still having time to say the puns. That'd be impressive.
Yeah, that would be impressive.
if you run the game enough, you probably have a bunch of like jokes, a bunch of like funny jokes and gaffes and goofs that you've thought up and probably said on stream before. So, you know, for your big games done quick debut, you bust all those out in a row. You one after the other. You machine gun them out for comedy, because you have your whole repertoire to work with.
And then you can pull out all those Reddit jokes to impress everyone.
Yeah. Some gamers, man. Some gamers are just. I'm trying to remember what specifically was so Reddit core about that one. I don't know. They were just very very laughing a lot about like dumb jokes,
like references to something.
No, they were like They thought it was really like funny that like the game had like crude humor and like fart jokes in it, and like she thought she made a joke about that as though it was like a very embarrassing thing, and how it was so silly that the game had politics but also crude jokes in it.
Could you believe it?
Can you believe it? I couldn't.
The goal of this video game.
I didn't know that game had crude humor in it. No,
it doesn't. I mean, it's got a little bit, but like, and there's a character who's like a ninja. She's like a ninja made mech pilot, and the speedrunner was just like, "Can you believe this character is? Yes, you heard that right. A ninja made mech pilot, and she's our waifu now." And it's like, oh god. Please spare me. Please spare me.
Things.
Spare me. No.
Many things combined.
That game sounds pretty cool now.
It actually is a very cool game. I remember it was like my favorite game in high school or something like, or in like 8th grade or whatever. And I rented it and I really liked it, so I went to go buy it. I went to GameStop and I like asked the guy at GameStop, like, "Hey, do you have Vanguard Bandits?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't really like that game very much, but we got it." I was like, "Okay, cool. Thanks for making me feel good about my purchase, buddy."
It seemed kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, why do you gotta judge me for it?
That reminds me of
a reflexive game review.
It's a Final Fantasy Tactics tactical RPG, but you put your guys you're in mechs, sort of like Front Mission 3. And when you do an attack, you like choose like how you want to respond to it, and then it plays a little like 3D. It has a like cool like full 3D video where like the two robot models will like, you know, counterattack each other and stuff. It rules. It rules.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this on here before, and I
probably did.
I was there for that because
it's so anime.
I do remember this
so
now.
Fucking anime.
I'll probably check it out eventually. You know, I have a kind of a big backlog of old games that I play.
Sure.
So
I think it's pretty neat. It's got multiple routes. You like depending on like your characters like relationships with each other, you'll end up supporting like one like a different regimes, like which country do you want to support in the war, basically, and like which team of people do you ally yourself with.
That was also the case in Front Mission 3. I believe. But Front Mission 3 was kind of based on real world it kind of had like a futuristic real world setting. You know, we'd use actual countries and stuff.
Vanguard Bandits is as anime as it gets. It's super fantastical. There's like an evil mech that like runs on the blood of the innocent that like the bad guy pilots.
That kind of sounds Full Metal Alchemist to me for some reason.
It's very I don't even know. It's very it's very 90s fantasy shonen. Cool. It's cool. I like it.
But I remember I played and beat Front Mission 1 a while back. That one never came out of the US officially, but it has like a translation patch. Although I think it got officially released on the DS in English in the US. But I played the Super Nintendo version. But anyways, what I liked about that game that's kind of funny and the story is that in the beginning you are a soldier and you work for, you know, what's the equivalent of like the United States government or whatever, but it has a different name in the game because it takes place in the future.
Eagle Land.
Yeah, so eventually, the government, you find out the government's evil and they're doing evil experiments,
Of
and
course.
you defect from the military and you become a fugitive. But then you
Mm-hmm.
like
As
you
one does.
join you join the opposite side. You join the enemy of the government you were working for, and then you
Yeah.
fight the government you were working for. So I guess
Good.
if you look at it in a real world setting, it's like you work for the U.S. You find out the U.S. is evil, then you defect and you join, I don't know, their enemy Russia. But then the thing is, you
Yeah.
find out
You work
that
for the KGB.
you find out that this other government you joined is also evil, and they're also
Oh no,
doing
who would have
experiments.
thought?
So then
Fuck.
you just wind up at the end of the game a fugitive, a worldwide fugitive. All the governments hate you because all of them are evil. And
God.
I don't know. I thought it was
Damn.
kind of funny.
Um that's Front Mission 1.
I think it's either Front Mission 1 or Front Mission 3. I kind of forget now because they both have really similar plots.
Uh the yeah, I played Front Mission 3 for the PlayStation, and I think yeah, it's a tactical role playing game, grid based Final Fantasy Tactics style thing. But like, okay, I was hunting. I might have mentioned this before. I was hunting for music to steal from a video game to put in Phantom's Revenge. Uh, and I settled the music that I ended up picking that I thought was the most suited for the game was the music from Front Mission Gun Hazard, which I assumed
Oh,
is
really?
like yeah, I assumed it would be like the same tactical RPG, but no, apparently all the other Front Mission games are tactical RPGs, but Front Mission Gun Hazard is like a side-scrolling like action shooter for some
Yeah,
reason. It just
I
is
think
a
I
completely
told you
different
about Gun Hazard one of the last times I was on. Is that how you found
I
out
think
about it?
no, I think I mentioned it I had been like searching through like games with like people saying like what games had good music. I think I had found it myself somewhere. I had been going through lots of like YouTube videos that have like video game soundtracks in them.
Because I
But yeah, I
published
think we did talk about this actually.
I published a review of Gun Hazard on my website back in I don't remember when, but
Oh,
it was quite a while ago.
I looked at because I was interested. I looked it up gameplay and I was like, oh wow, no, it's just they made one game in the series just a completely different kind of game for some reason.
Yeah, I did mention it one of the times I was on here. It's actually probably my favorite front mission game because I'm a big
Hmm.
fan of side scrollers,
I
and it
really
has a
like the
pretty
music in
interesting
it.
story. Also.
Hmm. Yeah, it looks cool. I kind of wanted to play it. If you can believe that. If
Why would you
I'm
do
sorry
such a
that
thing?
blows your mind. Yeah.
Well, I
Um.
certainly would recommend it. It is,
Yeah.
this is the review that I published in 2007,
Oh, there it is.
which is when I
There it
first
is.
discovered and played this game.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, you are the one that told me that it was a side scroller, and I was shocked. I was like, "What the? Why is it a side scroller?" uh,
Yeah, I seem to
Very
remember telling
cool.
you about it.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a
Um,
pretty obscure game that pretty much nobody knows about. I feel like
yeah.
I'm the only person that knows about this game and knows that it's good, and I'm the only one that recommends it to people.
That's why I thought it was the perfect game to steal music from because nobody will have played it and nobody will be like, "Oh, this is that song from that other game."
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll get away
When it
scot
comes to
free.
obscure older games, I'm kind of an expert on that. So
Right.
if you ever need advice
Right.
on good music to steal from older games, I have a pretty huge list of obscure stuff.
I think you also recommended Mystic Arc. I
Yeah,
think
I
you
did. I
mentioned
also
that
have
one. I
a review for that.
I looked that one up and I thought the music was cool, but it was too like fantasy. I like that Gun Hazard had like a sci-fi kind of vibe to it. It was more like yeah, yeah.
Well, Gun
Um
Hazard is a game about giant mechs, so
I
you
know.
know,
I know.
so it's
True.
definitely gonna have more sci-fi to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Imagine reviewing video games.
Yeah, the Mystic Arc review I published in 2014. I think 2014 was when Mystic Arc was first unofficially translated, because there is no official translation for that one.
I see. Okay, obviously I can't read these right now, Lamau.
By the way, did you watch
Yeah.
that video that I sent you a while back?
Which one?
The Astro's Playroom video review that I did.
Yes, I did. I did watch the Astro's Playroom video.
Oh, the little jumpity jump 3D video. Was that?
Yeah, what did you think
we should-
about that video?
Gave me a little chuckle.
Yeah. It was
Link.
nice.
You should link it. You put link. Yeah, you put a link in there. And Eleazar put it in the description. He gave me a little chuckle.
It was like a different sort of comedy, almost. What's the word? Non sequitur, but not exactly.
Absurdist.
It's just sort of
Yeah.
a little wacky, little.
It was pretty
little
wacky.
quirky.
There it is.
Yeah, it was a bit of an experiment on my part. A lot of it was my first time trying to edit 4K footage, which was awful.
Really?
My editor, my editing software did not like that at all.
Yeah.
It kept crashing.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
And first time doing a modern game, first time doing a video review. It's kind of weird because I've been doing traditional text reviews for like 10, 15 years, but this is the first time I ever did a video review.
I feel like that's where the eyes are. That's where the eyes. They're on YouTube. You're more likely to get your review seen if it's a video essay than if it's just a written one.
How easy do you think it would be to like get all of your text reviews and just say like what the text was, and then have game footage, and then make like 1,000,000 reviews like that, videos?
Well, I don't think it would be too hard. I have over 500 of them, so I could do that for quite a while.
Oh my god!
Think of
that's
this.
content.
Think
that's
of the
content.
think of the content. Think of the amount of watch time you could accrue if people be like, huh.
Well, I think
They type in obscure game into YouTube.
You gotta mine your
find your
past
review.
for content. You've already done most of the work.
Yeah, that's true. The writing is kind of the hardest part. At this point, the only time-consuming thing I think for that would be to just capture the gameplay footage. That could take some time.
Yeah.
Depends on the game.
Could you steal it? Could you steal the footage?
You could take a long play footage. I mean, I've done that before. As long as you credit the long play where you get it from. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But you have to provide credit for that, though, right?
Yeah, in the
You
description.
just say where you got it. Yeah.
I don't know. I have this kind of weird thing where I hate using other people's work.
The way I see it though is like if it's a long play, it's just footage of a game. It's not like they made the game. They're just recording the game that they're playing. I mean,
that's a good point.
theirs because they
more of a
uploaded
service
it, but
than
like
anything.
it's not really that they. Yeah, it's not really their like intellectual property if it's just footage of the game. In my opinion,
Well,
is that cheap? I don't think so.
I suppose it's just a weird mental thing I have where I feel like I have to do everything by my own hand, including capturing the gameplay footage.
But you didn't develop the game, did you?
But the footage will be identical if you capture it yourself or if you use someone else capturing the game, right?
Yeah, I know it's just a stupid mental thing I have, where I just feel psychologically I want to be able to take full credit for everything that's here without giving anyone else credit.
I am stealing music from Front Mission Gun Hazard, and I don't feel bad about it in the slightest. I'm taking it. It's mine now.
I feel like you can extrapolate that idea into like, well, you didn't make the game. You didn't make the music you're using in the background if you're using music.
Right.
It's like it doesn't. I don't think capturing the gameplay is a line that is as arbitrary as any other. I feel.
Yeah, I know it's a pretty stupid thing. I'm just being dumb about it.
You gotta be smart.
We're gonna fucking kick your ass. We're gonna kick your ass, Chrono. This is bullshit.
In 2003,
you'll never work in this town again.
Chrono.
In 2003, some guy made a banner for my website, and I did use it briefly, but then eventually I got rid of it because I just didn't want to use anything made by anyone else. So I made...
Really?
Yeah, I made...
Even though he made it for you?
Yeah, he made it for free. He offered. So I would just at the time, I was just okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But then...
He made it for you. It was my hole. It was made for me.
Yeah, I know, but I just felt bad because I wanted everything to be made by myself. I have that. Right. I guess you can say it's a Sigma male mentality.
I would definitely call it a Sigma male mentality. Very Sigma trait.
So I made my own banner, which was way worse than his, and I used that instead.
I mean, all right.
I still have this banner actually.
What if I'm gonna make you a banner just to torture you? You won't be able to use it. Yeah,
I don't know if I'll allow myself to use it though.
Yeah. My neck is really sore. I'm moving my head around and it sucks. My neck hurts, and I think the reason why is because I was walking yesterday. I walked out. I took a shower and then I walked outside, and I thought I had some water in my ear. I thought I got some water stuck in my ear, so I did the thing where I shook my head, right? You shake your head and you kind of jerk your head to sort of shake the water to come out the ear. I jumped on one foot and I jerked my head get the water out. It didn't work. I don't think I actually had water in my ear, or if I did, it was so little that it evaporated and it didn't matter. But yeah, jerking my head like that fucked my neck up, and it hurts now. And also, I'm hungover.
Strange.
So
when I have water in my ear, I always do the thing where you press your palm up against your ear,
suction it.
And suction
I've
it
done
out.
that.
Oh, I've never tried. You know that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer's got water in his ear and he he keeps jerking his head and he jumps up and down, right?
Yeah,
that's Kramer doing that.
Well, that's what I do. I've never tried the hand suction thing. Does that work?
Well, it's like a plunger. It's as long as the seal,
air but does
is
it work?
Airtight.
Okay, but does it work though?
Yeah. I mean, the reason I started
no, but I do it anyway.
It works. It works because I learned it when I was in the swimming pool. It's I got water in my ear, and I did that, and it's and it's out. It's oh, now I do that.
For me, sometimes it works. If I
ever get water in my ear, I will try
it. Doesn't. But actually, I have now a kind of a thing, a doohickey, if you want to call it. It's it's kind of like I don't know what to call it. It's like a weird suction thing that you can put in your ear to suck out earwax.
Plunger?
It's just
what?
It's just a rubber ball like thing with a tip at the end of it.
I've seen those. Do those work? Do those do anything?
They can work if your earwax is movable. It would suck some of it out. And I think maybe that could also work for water. If you have any water in your ears.
Yeah, maybe. I've heard that sticking things in your ear, regardless of Q-tips and all that, it's a bad thing to do because you'll just push the wax further in.
Yeah, I've seen
the thing you got to do is you got to get some olive oil.
What?
And no, I don't know why this works, but there's medical grade olive oil, which is just sort of super virgin. I don't know what's the difference. But you drop a few droplets of olive oil in your ear and you lie down and you let it go in there. And the olive oil softens all of the earwax, and then you tip your head and it just all falls out.
Gross. God.
I know it's gross.
Up. I'm going to puke just thinking about it.
But it feels good. It's gone.
Have you done it?
Yeah, because I had a really bad blockage one time where I couldn't hear certain frequencies in my left ear.
Oh dear God!
I couldn't
Ugh.
hear like low notes, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking with me," because my other ear could hear low notes.
That sounds awful. Yeah.
So I
Jesus.
needed to get that sorted out, and and it just softens up the wax so that it falls out without. If you try to scrape it out, you'll just push it further in. It'll be worse.
Or here, here in the USA, we have special like liquids you can buy at the store, over the counter pharmacy stuff instead of olive oil.
Special American liquids.
I don't know. I guess olive
It's
oil.
an American freedom liquid.
Yeah, maybe olive oil works just as well as that pharmacy stuff.
I've heard there's
I'm just
like a thing you
imagining the
put in
feeling
your
of like
ear,
tilting your head and letting it just drip inside your ear. It sounds
it's strangely
like a
strangely like good. It's strangely because it doesn't go like I don't know. It doesn't penetrate. It's just sort of like when you go
break
underwater.
the blood-brain barrier.
No, it's just sort of like
the over-the-counter
like
stuff
when
I'm
there's a
talking
bit
about,
of water in your ear, and when the shower, when like there's water covering it, it's like makes that sort of feeling. It's a bit weird, but like
the over-counter stuff I'm talking about is like ear drops that softens earwax. So I don't know. I guess it's similar to olive oil. But
I have heard of stuff like that, and also like ear foam that you put in your ear that foams up. I don't understand.
Me. Thinking about putting stuff in my ear is giving me the fear. It's giving me the existential
ear fear.
It's giving me the ear fear. Yeah.
I had a bad blockage in my ear a few times, and I went to the ear doctor, and they did this thing where they stick like a hose into your ear, and they just shoot water into it.
Wash it. Wait, really?
Awesome.
Yeah, they shoot a ton of water directly into your eardrum, and it feels horrible.
No.
And
why would they do that?
They call it like irrigation, ear irrigation, I think.
Irrigation?
Yeah, exactly. And then the earwax just kind of shoots out, and it spills into like a little.
It shoots out the other side, goes straight through your brain.
It kind of pours into like a little cup they hold next to your ear, So it's incredible. It doesn't feel good at all, but it did the job. It cleared up my ears.
That
so weird.
Amazing.
I would never think to power wash the inside of my ear. That would be so loud.
Yeah, it's loud and doesn't feel good. That's for sure.
I don't like it. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
But the good thing is it gives you immediate relief because the earwax comes out immediately. You don't have to wait like a few minutes or anything.
Shiba Inu coin is up. It's not Dogecoin. It's a different. It's a different coin from a different.
Did you see
Shiba.
Bitcoin went up to like 60 something thousand?
Yes, I saw
60 billion.
I'm still mad. Even last week I was mad about Bitcoin going up, and again. Last week I complained about I was looking at it when it was around 40 and thinking, maybe I should buy the dip. Nah, and now it's 60. So, fuck me, I guess. Fuck me.
Yeah, I also.
What are you gonna do?
I didn't buy any for a while because I kind of didn't do so hot the last time, so I was just like, I'm done with Bitcoin forever. And
it is.
Now it went up a lot, so I should have bought some.
It is. Yeah, I mean, obviously I wish I had bought it when it was low and sold it when it was high, but what? The
same old
last
story.
time it was. Yeah, the last time it was rallying, the last time it was going really high, I bought some as it was still going up, and it went up some more, and I was like, yes, but then, it peaked, and it went down again, and I was like, no, and then I sold, and I ended up basically coming out a little, but I think I lost like $100 or something, so oops. So, maybe not 100, maybe like 50. So, yeah, it's like, it's so easy to look at the line going up and be like, line going up, I should buy, line going up. But then, it always goes down eventually, and then I don't know. The last time it's not like I was able to time it like a fucking pro or anything. So like, what makes me think I would do any better this time? It went up a lot. It went up almost 50% in like a couple days there. But now, it peaked, and now it's a bit down. It's down like 10%, which is a pretty big dip actually. So like, if you bought it when it was peaking at like 66K, and you're like, oh shit, we're going to the moon or whatever, you've lost 10% of your investment, so that's not good. I mean, maybe it'll bounce and keep going up. Who knows?
Well, the
Looks
strategy,
like a pretty steep peak at the moment. It's kind of
the,
trajectory's
the,
downward right
the
now.
strategy
So
I always use is you can't lose if you don't sell. So if you buy and it goes down, just keep waiting and hope to God it goes up again.
I mean, you could see it like that. You could also look at it as the long-term value of any investment is zero. Like once you've invested anything, consider the money gone, and like anything you get back from it is like, okay, it's just a bonus, right? Like if you have a held asset and it's simply held, it's not worth anything. You have to sell it eventually if you're going to get anything, right?
I suppose so, but that's that's not
perpetual holders,
that's not how the billionaires calculate their self-worth.
I guess that's true. I don't really understand the mindset of the people who are like hold forever, like literally hold forever. Like, surely you will sell eventually. I guess they think that.
I don't think anybody thinks hold forever, but they think it doesn't matter how bad it's getting. If you hold, it'll eventually go higher than it was.
I guess they might
never
think,
sell at a loss, I think is what they're actually saying.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, they might be thinking that like it will see such mainstream adoption one day that eventually Bitcoin will just become their money, right? And then they will spend it, with wallet to wallet transfers instead of spending their,
I think that's
currency.
Overly optimistic viewpoint. I personally don't believe that will happen.
I also don't really think it's good. I mean, I don't think it's going to replace money. I do. I mean, it might see some more mainstream. I mean, it is becoming a bit more mainstream now. I think that's what the hold forever. I think that's what they're banking on. They think that Bitcoin will just become money one day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I guess all I can say is good luck to them.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about like how valuable Bitcoin can be, because like, say hypothetically everybody got in early and they've got like a bunch of Bitcoin.
Sure.
And then it goes to the moon, and then you've got like hundreds upon hundreds of billionaires spending money. Does that even make sense? Like how does this wouldn't Bitcoin itself lose value if everybody has so much of it?
No, because everybody. Okay, well, what you're describing.
Like if you're thinking of physical things that people buy, like food and whatever.
Well, if everybody had a little bit of Bitcoin, if you had spread out the Bitcoin before it went to the moon, it would still the total amount of Bitcoin worth would still be the same. The market cap or whatever would still be the same. It would just be more distributed among more people.
Yeah, I think Bitcoin has
because there's a limited amount of Bitcoin that can exist.
Yeah, I think there's a hard limit on how much Bitcoin can exist. So
yeah,
that theoretically should never become valueless because of that. You know, like the dollar. You know how the dollar is valueless because we just keep printing more of it.
What do you mean it's valueless?
Well, that's the case for like all fiat currency. The government just determines what the value is. It has no intrinsic value.
Sure. Yeah. Of course.
And
but I mean that's
whenever a government is in debt, they just print more money usually to kind of deal with that. In addition to borrowing money and all the typical things they do. Borrowing
money is good, actually. National debt is good, actually.
Well, they certainly do a lot of that, so I guess maybe it's good.
It is. It actually is good. Like it's not bad that America like has debt to its citizens. It's actually fine as long as they don't default.
Didn't they default one time? I remember like years ago they defaulted on a payment and then they had to raise a debt ceiling or something. I can't remember.
Are you talking about under Obama? This is related to that article I linked 2 weeks ago about the minting the coin, the $1 trillion Biden platinum coin. Yeah, they had to raise the debt ceiling under Obama, and the Republicans were like, "Oh, he raised the debt ceiling. That's bad." But it's like, no, actually, raising the debt ceiling is just something everyone knows you have to do sometimes. But if you can get someone else to do it, you can point at them and go, "Aha! He raised the debt ceiling. He's a spendocrat. He's a spendocrat, Jerry." Yeah.
I think the only issue is if they like keep increasing the money supply too quickly, which isn't really, I don't think is related to the debt, but if they increase the money supply too quickly, then the value of the currency goes down.
Yeah, hyperinflation.
So
it can happen.
I suppose
I don't think we're at risk of it happening right now.
I suppose was supposed to be the point of Bitcoin, to try and prevent that from happening, but I don't.
The point of Bitcoin,
or to replace fiat currency, as I guess was supposed to be the point of Bitcoin.
I'm not memeing. The point of Bitcoin is to be able to have money and buy things without paying taxes on it. That is the point of Bitcoin. is to be undetectable by the government.
That sounds pretty cool to me. Taxes.
I guess so. I guess I can see the appeal. Yeah. But I mean, it's just gonna get regulated. It's just gonna get regulated and become a regular thing that you got to pay taxes on.
Yeah, I think the outcome is there's two outcomes. Either the government just outright bans Bitcoin, or they regulate it like regular, like anything else.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to ban Bitcoin.
I don't think they can do that. I don't think
like
they'll be able to.
If two people one guy has a thing and they accept Bitcoin and another guy has Bitcoin, what can the government do to stop that transaction taking place? Delete the apps that use it.
Crack down on them.
It's like it's a little hard.
I mean,
bust in their door.
They can ban that kind of thing. I mean, they ban child porn, and that's just digital files that people trade.
Tyranny. Yeah. Well, they could. I mean, they could make it illegal. I just don't think it would work. I don't think it would be enforceable.
I think it would lessen the amount of people using it openly, but like at this point,
yeah,
it'll happen no matter what for a while at least.
It would lessen the amount of people.
Well, I mean, the same can be said about almost any laws. Like, there's always going to be some people that commit a crime and get away with it. So
yeah,
but
I think they would.
I guess so. Yeah.
I think it would. I think trying to ban it would just be kind of like giving up. It's sort of like, like drugs are illegal. Like marijuana was illegal for a while, and it was like stupid because like the government could have, they could have gotten raised tax revenue if they just made it legal and like saleable, right, and regulated, and like it didn't have any making it illegal had no upsides. It was bad for citizens and it was bad for the government. And I feel like banning Bitcoin would be the same. Like, there's really no practical upside to trying to ban it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them to ban Bitcoin, but I just feel like they might. If it threatens them in any way, they could.
Didn't China like make it illegal or something? Or said
China is cracking down on Bitcoin farming.
Yeah, I think they banned Bitcoin mining maybe.
Because of the environmental impact?
No, God knows. Because they can't they can't control it. They don't like that.
Sure.
But China doesn't care about the environment, so it has to be a different reason.
Sure. Well, yeah. I guess it's true. Okay, they can't regulate it. Okay, I mean that makes sense. That tracks. Damn, I was looking at the COVID case numbers in China. Have you seen this shit?
No.
Look at it. Hold on.
I haven't seen anything about that.
No, it's. Oh wait, COVID case numbers. I'm gonna look up in China. Come on, please load. You fucking. Hold on. I'm finding the graph. It's unreal.
You're putting out graphs for this. This is going to be pretty serious.
It is serious. Well, it's seriously awesome. Is what it is. Look at this.
New cases 26.
Look at it.
Dang.
Look at it.
That's not much. That's
It's just
what is the time? April?
Well, this is from.
Is this the whole of COVID, or is this?
This is since early 2020 when it started. So it started out, pretty bad in China, and then they were just like, nope, crackdown, and then there's no COVID.
Yeah, but how do you know they aren't lying and manipulating the data?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I don't know.
Because they have
can they do that?
They have an incentive to lie.
Okay. Well, question.
Well, where does this data come from, I guess? If it comes from official sources, Chinese sources, there's a potential for them to, say whatever number they want.
Do you think, maybe this is naive, do you think, though, that they could actually do that? Like, if they could do that, then why isn't every country doing that? Lying about their case numbers?
I do think there's probably a lot of countries that lie about case numbers, probably not just China. But I think China, there's more scrutiny for them since they censor a lot of stuff, and they have a history of manipulating data. Other countries don't have the same kind of history or the same kind of reputation.
Do you think this graph is a big fat lie? Maybe it is.
I don't know. I mean, there's no way for me to know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's hard to believe that it's been so perfect, but they maybe have a lot of mandates and curfews easily enforceable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will not go outside, you will be shot. People will obey those sorts of rules. You can't say that in the UK because people will say, you can't shoot us. Freedom. Oh. We want to just go outside and get COVID. We just want to get it.
It certainly seems, it certainly seems plausible that their kind of government could, perhaps achieve this. It's just really their spotty track record when it comes to being honest about stuff. That's the kind of. That's the only reason I would doubt
Xi Jinping
this
is
kind of numbers.
Very much I need to look the coolest. I can't be seen to be weak in any way. We are the best at getting rid of COVID. It's plausible that there's lies going on, but I don't know. Okay. Can't tell.
Well, I just think it's a funny graph. Look at that shit. Look how flat.
I mean, it'd be nice if it were real. I certainly hope it is. Yeah. I certainly hope those numbers are real.
Optimistically, yeah. I'll choose to believe it. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's under 60. It's under 60. Oh no, it's not going up forever.
Bitcoin gilf.
It doesn't only go up. Gilf.
Well, you better buy some now then. Buy during this during the podcast.
Gold I'd like to fuck.
Gold I'd like to
fund.
Finance.
Yes. Good. The
NILF is wait.
That's already a thing. MILFs are already a thing.
Not MILF, NILF.
Unfortunately.
N. I was trying to say I'd like to fungible, but
what the fuck?
NFT? I was trying to turn it into an NFT.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't work.
I know about NFTs. Oh yeah, I'm getting in on the NFT
I'd like
game.
to fungible token. That doesn't work.
I'm selling some non-fungible tokens. Yeah, I'm minting some NFTs. You can buy them. You can buy them on my website. They're called Road to Radcon, the book. It's a book.
It's non-fungible because it's physically a real thing.
Because it's real atoms and molecules that make it up in the real world. You can't funge it. You can't do it.
Exactly.
Try it. Buy one and try to funge it.
I have 50 copies. I have about 50 something copies that I might never sell. Probably just gonna sit in a box in my closet for the foreseeable future. Viewers, please buy the book from me. I don't need 50 copies. You need one copy or more. Thank you.
But
And God
the
bless.
cover art on that thing is pretty nice.
I know, it's so good. Michi's so good. Shit rules, man.
Yes.
Shit rules. It's still that's why it's my Twitter icon. I've had it as my Twitter avatar for a couple months now, I think. No plans to get rid of it. Yeah, she did there's the interior illustration of me vaping. Looks even cooler than the one on the cover. I had to put it in there. Along with a bunch of her other sketches. She did a bunch of like sketches of the characters first, and then she went back and she like made the actual piece, arranged them all in, you know. We went back and forth on like what should Brad look like? Like what kind of expression should he have? What sort of face is he making, and etc. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. I put it in my pinned tweet. Is ordering instructions. I've got a few more people are buying it, like one or two every day or so. So it's not there. I'm surprised. Way more people wanted. I thought maybe like 20 people would want to buy a copy that didn't already get one from the RadCon rewards. But no, it's probably been like 100 or no, maybe not 100, maybe like 60 or 70. It's pretty good.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you sent May her copy, right?
I did send May her copy. Yeah, I put it in the mail yesterday.
God forbid you would have forgotten that.
She said send it to my parents. I said, okay, I guess I will. What else can I do?
You're a man of honor, and
I'm amazed she still wanted it, honestly.
You're a man of honor and integrity, so obviously you're gonna
Thank you.
You're gonna fulfill any obligations you have, even to your mortal enemies.
Even to my mortal, yes. We're bound by something stronger than politics. We're bound by money. A monetary transaction took place, and it must be honored at any cost. So
unfortunately, your honor is always stripped away to 0 every time you keep stealing a scroll. You just can't help it.
I can't.
You have all this honor. You could be such an honorable samurai, but you keep stealing scrolls. You set it back.
I know. I can't help myself. I'm a fiend. I'm just a fiend.
By the way, you guys probably already talked about the Doid Gazers album. Have you mentioned that here?
We mentioned it. I think so.
Huh? What? I haven't heard of an album.
The Doid Gazers album that was released by Doid Gazer himself or herself.
Was it? Yeah, that was a while ago, right?
Yeah, I think that was quite a while ago.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he made a voicemail. He gave us a voicemail about it, I think. He has a Twitter account. He made a Doid Gazer's Twitter account, which I think he has the album. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh no, it's Doid Gazer singular.
Yeah, I just posted the album and a link to the album. And
there. What do you know?
It's pretty funny. I quite liked it. It's already at over 1,000 views, which is not bad for a brand new channel that just started.
I don't see the link on the Twitter account. Wait. Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay. I thought it was a SoundCloud album. Yes. This must be a collection of the. Are these the voicemails? Are these the voicemail songs or
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, it's got over 1,000 views.
I think I think these are unique, but I'm not completely sure.
Riley commented.
Did he?
He says, when you put it all this way, you make some good points.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that comment doesn't really make a lot of sense.
I don't know. I don't know what he means. Yeah. But
okay, I guess.
Yeah.
It was quite.
Very good.
I quite liked it, and for some reason, I was mentioned in some of the lyrics.
Really?
Yeah. So I guess
funny.
I'm part of the Doid Gazer.
Why
canon.
is Asterios here?
Asterios in the comments?
Yeah, 3 days ago.
I don't know what.
Avoid 2 days ago.
2 days ago,
really?
Asterios
Coconuts
commented.
Asteria says, avoid the Doid. He steals pizzas.
Why?
I didn't see that.
Okay, Boomer. Also, my Doid Gazers responds, okay, Boomer. Also, my fiance better than your fiance. Oh my god, this guy is sick. This guy is twisted.
Yeah, I see the
I assumed these were the same
Asterios.
song. I assumed these were the same songs from the voicemails, but if they're new ones, then I guess I gotta listen to them again. Oops.
I think it might be all new material because I didn't recognize the voicemails I heard in any of the songs. And personally, I feel like they should have included some of the voicemails in this album because some of the voicemails were really good. You know, I really like them.
He says, special thanks to Tom Oliver. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what Tom did. Something helpful, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
He made a 3D avatar for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, we've been going for about 2 hours now. Speaking of voicemails, what do you think about if we start voicemails? Do you think it's about that time?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that.
Well, let's fucking do it then. Let me grab the first one here. The first one.
Let's go through this 3 hours of voicemails.
Yeah, there's a less than 1 page of voicemails this week, so it should be a pretty normal amount. Okay, here's the voicemail, and also there's a link. Okay, whatever. The voicemail is called Read Die Dark. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, if you guys haven't already, you should totally check out the manga Die Dark by Kyu Hayashida. She's most known for like Dorohedoro, which was had an anime adaptation somewhat recently, but this is her new series. It's fucking cool. Everyone in it is like a fucking weirdo, irreverent sociopath or something, but they're all just kind of going around space, and there's a funny skeleton robot man. So Gib would probably fucking love that shit, and the artwork's great. So check that shit out.
Okay. Does the link show the thing?
Here's the link. Oh, whoa,
cool.
That looks pretty cool.
That's pretty neat.
That's a skeleton astronaut in with a pillar of skeletons.
I'm sold.
This guy looks like he's boned.
True.
Boned as in like unfortunate circumstances have led to bad things to happen to this character. Boned.
Possibly.
Yes. The next voicemail.
Like, oh, dude, we're boned. We're gonna die. That's what I think that means. Maybe it means something else.
He already did. Next voicemail is an image. There it is.
All right, let's have a look.
So the next voicemail isn't a voicemail.
Okay, so it's
a visual mail.
It's the I think it's
the F show.
I think it's a P. Maybe it's the Pro Crastinators show. Okay, so I think this is me and you. We're being showered with money. And then I've wasted my life on studying. Could have been a YouTuber. Good work, kid. The government will pay you to study some more. Forget YouTube. I'll be a scientist. True story. Compliments, please.
Wait.
Duh.
Alright, so this orange character is the voicemailer.
I believe
True
so.
story.
And he's got honeys. He's got fly honey scientist bitches now. I'm jealous.
Look at those.
He's got money and bitches.
If he becomes a scientist, then he can cure COVID.
That's just that easy. It's just that easy.
I don't understand. So this purple character is like Ben Saint, but specifically from RCK, or is it actually the YouTuber podcast
I think it's
Ben Saint?
No, I think it's just me. Wait, you mean the guy giving him the
U-Pass? Good work, kid. The government will pay to...
I don't think that's me. I think that's just some government man.
Oh.
It's just a shadowy man in black.
It's a government agent.
Okay, so this guy is working through his feelings. You know, he's listening to the Procrastinators podcast, and he's just teeming with jealousy about all our success. You know, as everyone does all the time. But then he copes. Then he's seething, but then he copes by being like, but the government is paying me to study to get a STEM degree. So actually, I made the right decision.
The thing I don't get about this image...
Whatever you need to tell yourself. Whatever you need to tell yourself, kiddo.
The thing I don't get about this image is, how could you watch the Procrastinators podcast in its current state and then want to become a YouTuber? You know?
Ooh, oh, cringe.
Deep cut.
Oh, come on, man.
Dude,
I invite
I'm
you on the
bleeding.
show, and then you do this. You say these things to me. You hurt my feelings on purpose.
Well, I'm just echoing the comments of no Nate, no watch.
Hey, I'm just being cool. Hey, I'm just being cool.
The Procrastinators podcast is just being, all right? We don't need to do more than that.
We're no longer just being cool. Now we're just being. Next voicemail, if my computer will understand that I am trying to click on something, please. Okay. The next voicemail, there it is. It is called Heartfelt Games. 3, 2, 1, go.
The game, 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 the game.
Is this Trixie talking about an album? I think there's an album called The Game. I assume this is from...
No, Heartfelt the Games.
I don't know, but I like...
So they said it heartfelt.
I like how short this one is.
Yeah, that's its big voice grail, honestly, for a 9-second voicemail.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Nah. I felt like the games were not actually heartfelt. They sounded sarcastic. They sounded like they were doing a bit and not really believing what they were saying it.
Yeah, they're phoning it in.
They were doing an 8-bit, like an 8-bit game.
What the fuck? Next voicemail is called Rip Doge or Doge. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, look over there. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. It's a dead little puppy. Oh, that's just so terrible, don't you think? Oh no, a dead puppy.
Jesus.
Oh no, a dead puppy. I feel so sad for that dead puppy. Puppies are much nicer when they're alive. I want to give that poor little dead puppy a hug.
Jesus.
But I'm not gonna do it cause he's got maggots crawling all over his dead carcass. Oh no, a dead puppy. Oh no, a dead puppy. I feel so sad for that dead puppy. It's just the saddest thing in the world to look at that poor dead puppy.
Is this a... I think this is a Dr. Demento song.
Dead puppy, dead puppy, dead puppy. Oh no, it's such a sad thing to look at that poor dead puppy singing. Oh, no,
We've got 16 more seconds.
Oh no, dead puppy.
We're gonna make it.
I feel so sad for that dead puppy. I much prefer puppies that are alive. Dead puppy.
Got it. Cool.
That was good.
All right.
It was good, but
I like the
a little
chorus.
bit too long for my tastes.
Yeah. I could have done it with one verse. But it's okay.
Oh no, dead puppy.
Is that I'm googling Dead Puppy song. There is a Dr. Demento song. There seems to be another one by someone else, maybe. Bill Frenzer has one called Dead Puppies Aren't Much Fun. I don't know which one it is. Whatever.
So you're
Thanks
saying
for the voicemail.
you're saying this isn't original?
Yeah, I think so. I believe it's been hijacked. Next voicemail is called... What is it called? It is called... it's called www.volaireathletic.com/Ben Apparel. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I just found out about this group chat called the Council of Bens. They call themselves the Avengers. I sent a link to the merch store if you are interested.
Oh. Yeah. There's just a whole bunch of Ben merch.
Well, now you know what your new wardrobe is going to be like.
Just a lot of stuff like this.
This doesn't even look good. These logos suck.
It's not great. It's not super great. I don't get it.
There's more interesting ways you could do. You could turn Ben into a logo, or put it on merch.
Yeah.
It's just like we designed one thing in Illustrator and that's it. We just put it on white t-shirts.
Hey, did you know that Ben is also the name of a famous tower in England? Whoa! We put that together on the shirt. Ah, cool.
Huge fucking Ben. Did you know Big Ben is the name of the bell, not the tower?
I did know that. Yeah, I did know that.
Oh fuck! No,
I
my fun
forgot.
fact wasn't that fun.
I always forget it, but I know it. Yeah. Next voicemail. Shit, I gotta fucking close all my fucking windows.
I had a friend back in the day. I would constantly make a Big Ben jokes, and he really hated it. A friend named Ben, I should say.
Yeah, I would. I would hate it too. Next voicemail is not a voicemail. It just says, "Please make the intro from episode 253 the official intro." Hold on. Pro Crastinators podcast 253.
What could
Okay.
it possibly be?
Let me
That wasn't that long ago, actually.
No, it's from March. It was from this March. Oh, yes.
Link.
Oh.
I can't be bothered to click
Fucking
on Google.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You already have it.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, yeah, no. Bust that guy, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
It's alright.
It is good. Honestly, I'm getting sick of the American Girl parody. I've had enough of it. Yeah, please.
What you should do is you should start
that's
every
the new one. Put that one.
You should start every episode with a different pun. You know, nobody has ever done that before.
Too hard for me.
Yeah.
Where's my next voicemail?
I guess that would require way too much effort for this.
Too much work. No. Oh wait. Okay. The next one is Get Good One Piece, and then there's an image link. There's no actual voicemail, so here's the image. Oh.
Okay.
Wow, there's 4,000 episodes. No, that's 4,000 for Sesame Street.
4,500 episodes of Sesame Street.
Didn't know that.
So had they been continually going since it started?
Yeah, probably.
How many fucking seasons is that? I guess seasons is
I don't even know when it started. Yeah,
I guess they've been going longer than The Simpsons.
No, wait. Maybe.
51 seasons. Oh my god.
51?
From 1969 started.
Gee,
Yeah, it definitely started before The Simpsons. The Simpsons started in like
88, I think.
Yeah.
89.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Close to the 90s.
Cool. Well,
Hot damn.
good job. Next one is another.
We should marathon Sesame Street and talk about it.
We do a let's watch Sesame Street, a live reaction to every episode. Next,
How many? I want to figure out how many hours that would be.
Okay, next one is another fucking thing, another image. Okay, third worlder brain, surgery, agriculture, chemistry, romance, warfare, philosophy, seafaring, art. First worlder brains, Pokemon, weed, Chris Chan. I don't know if this is accurate.
So is that supposed to be me, Trixie, and Ben?
I think it's Mage, you, Trixie, me. And
I don't think about Pokemon. I don't even like it. They got it wrong.
Wait,
mean-
mage is a third worlder?
I mean, not
I don't
really. I
even-
mean, Lithuania
no, I
is
mean,
not.
Lithuania
I wouldn't
is
exactly
not
call it
third world.
world.
It's not like a powerhouse of Europe, but it's like
She had
not-
shitty dubs. She had shitty anime dubs.
Yeah.
Growing up.
But
They
that
had very
definitely
bad
sounds
dubbing.
like a third world to me, I guess.
Nightmare.
second
yeah.
world, second life.
Okay, yeah, true. I don't know. I don't know if this is like supposed to be a serious point that I feel like I don't know if I can even. I want to argue. I feel this makes me mad. This makes me want to argue, but I don't even know where to begin.
I
So
I think it's a mage head who is
Mage
just
is always
dunking
always going
us
on
right
about
now.
the
Maybe
nuances
Mage
of
talks
chemistry,
about these things on
surgery, and
on our
agriculture.
streams, on our VTuber
Yeah,
streams.
that
Too bad
does,
we
it does
publicly
sound like her.
executed her, and that's why she's no longer on the show anymore. That was a big mistake.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about Chris Shan, then you can't be part of the Procrastinators podcast.
That's me. I'm just always thinking about Chris.
Chris Shan is the glue that holds this whole thing together.
My weird little hair lick. I don't like it. Okay, next voicemail is where am I? Oh, it's Janess. Here we go. Found it. Oh my god. Computer. Fuck off. Thank you. Okay, Janess. 3, 2, 1, go.
I have an idea for a bonus episode. Odd Taxi versus Squid Game.
Huh? They
Well,
popped the mic so hard I couldn't hear what they were saying.
She said, I have an idea for a bonus episode. Odd Taxi versus Squid Game. Well, I haven't seen... No, I haven't seen either one. I may watch some Squid Game at some point. It looks mildly interesting. I might give it a chance.
I've heard a lot about
I've
heard a lot about Squid Game, but haven't watched it either.
Nah,
Yeah.
here's what you do. Here's
No,
fucking Sesame Street versus Squid Game.
I think Sesame Street versus Squid Game. I have been... A lot of people have been telling me to watch Odd Taxi, and I have dug my heels in and made it a point of pride. No, I will never watch Odd Taxi.
Ben
It's a part of my identity now.
Ben is not much of a movie watcher. He doesn't watch movies ever.
Not really. Okay. Next one. Although, I mean, I don't know what our next bonus episode is going to be, so we'll have to think about it.
It should probably be more
Next.
more Trixie and Yeg stuff, right?
Oh, no.
Those are always the best ones.
There's nothing else to say about that. Ooh, she said I'm transphobic. She said it's transphobia that I don't like her. That's the only reason she can think of. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. That's the bonus episode. That's the goss.
We just do that for
next-
like 2 or 3 hours.
Just cope and seethe about it for 3 hours. Yeah. Next voicemail is there. It is. It is called. It's like bleep. It's like, $% hashtag ampersand oid gazers. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, it's me, Rectoid Gazers. I look at the butthole. Boopy boopy.
What?
Rectoids?
Rectoid?
Sure. Okay.
Rectoid? Is that a word?
No.
Is it like
far as I
a
understand.
Metroid? A rectoid?
I don't know. I guess he's talking like he's combined rectum with void gazers. Or with doid gazers. Sure. Rectoid. Okay. I get it, I guess. Next.
By the way, I just want
Yeah.
to say Sesame Street episodes were 1 hour long each.
Really?
From 1969 to 2015. And then they changed to 30 minutes.
Really?
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty long.
So if I get
44,000 hours of Sesame Street content.
I don't know how they can do it. That sounds.
my
Quite
God.
frankly, it sounds like torture to me.
But 91 times.
I think if you want
Dragon.
to terrorize, if you want to torture a terrorist to find out the location of their secret lair, just play Sesame Street for 44,000 hours.
So it's something we should
So-
be doing more of, is torture.
Yeah, we should do that in
4,000
Guantanamo Bay.
500.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take me a second to figure out how many episodes were changed to 30 minutes.
Oh,
But it's up there. It's
Yeah. Next voicemail is called PPR, PCP Public Radio. 3, 2, 1, go.
This is your weekly roundup from WFLG. I'm Sydney Norman. Our main story: a recent study shows middle-class parents are dubious of investment advice provided by their adult offspring who are currently sleeping in the guest room. PPR has acquired testimonial from an amateur crypto investment broker whose professional experience includes consumer relations, recent pharmaceutical developments, and innovative housing alternatives. The broker in question reported that she was, quote, seething when her family rejected her advice to invest in Bitcoin, while the same family simultaneously provided housing and a $5 per week allowance if she'll just, quote, stop listening to video game music and mow the goddamn lawn. According to the same broker, Bitcoin investments, quote, bailed me out so many times, likely in reference to a marked decline in income from other business ventures after refusing to deliver on financial obligations despite receiving payments. Bitcoin finished 1% lower, Ethereum 3% higher, and XRP 4% lower. This is PPR.
Yes, I forgot.
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
Before the Ben only hates me because of transphobia thing, she was tweeting about like how mad she was at her family for not buying crypto like she told them to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What a
because,
fucking piece
because
of
of that,
shit.
she's not
What
rich
an ungrateful fucking worm. Yeah. What's the word I'm looking for?
now. They really ruined her
How-
life when you think
how-
about it.
How fucking insufferable of a imagine having someone around who goes like, I'm mad at you. Like, I told you, sees Bitcoin go up and they go to you and they go, I told you you should have bought it. Why didn't you listen to me? How fucking just despicable.
If you had money from Bitcoin, you could pay me with it.
Oh,
but no.
Why didn't you have money? I'm poor, but you have money. So I couldn't, obviously me, Trixie, the gold, I never had any opportunity to like have money that I could maybe have invested in Bitcoin. It never could have happened, but you had some, so you could have done it. I couldn't have done it. So, but you could have done it. And why didn't you listen to me? Why didn't you do what I told you to do with your money? Why didn't you take my financial advice? Sleeping on the fucking, I don't even know where she is right now. It's unclear like where they live. They're being cagey about it.
Well, clearly,
They're often
clearly
cagey.
she's in.
I assume they're crashing on someone's couch or something, but I don't know.
Clearly, she's in. She's in your head, Ben.
Yes, rent free. She gets the rent free housing there. So what do I know? Maybe she's a financial genius after all.
This is so funny. Scrolling through the fucking Muppet Wikia
What?
list of Sesame Street episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps going. Season 1, Season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, Season 41, Season 43.
They've got to all be basically the same, right? Like
How could
many,
they write?
How
how
many
could
different?
they write so many fucking?
I would
episodes?
imagine
It's
How
they,
many
insane.
different
They probably
things
repeated
can they even
themselves.
do? Yeah.
They probably
Well, I think-
repeated themselves several thousand times.
Wait. Well, they do reuse like animated bits and skits, right? Like an episode of Sesame Street will have like recycled content from older episodes in it, I think. So I don't think it's all like completely original content every episode.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
think
I
they
haven't
cannibalize.
watched it in
I've
a
never
long
seen
time.
it, so I have no idea.
You never watched it even as a kid?
No, I did watch it as a kid.
it
but,
Yeah.
I've never saw it. I think
Oh,
I
I watched
must
it
have
as a
seen
kid.
like a couple episodes when I was really young because I remember Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch.
Sure.
But it wasn't like a normal thing. The normal thing was Teletubbies. and then I
Oh,
forget.
yeah.
Did they have
I was too old for Teletubbies when it came out, so
Did they have
I knew it as that weird baby thing.
Did they have a UK version of the Sesame Street over there?
No, they just aired the thing, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
Just the same show.
I'm surprised they didn't just have Sesame Street with like British accents.
No, that would be
Like, imagine if they
British Muppets.
Imagine if they just used the same footage, but they dubbed over it with British accents.
the same word, the exact same words, just someone with a British
same
accent.
language, just
yeah.
Big Bird's like, all right, mate.
Grover. Oi, me chimney's on fire, Grover. I don't know what British people
sometimes
say. Oi, fish and chips, shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, they like over put like acid wash a PNG of fucking fish and chips over whatever they were actually eating in the footage.
Yeah. Just dub the names of the food.
Sometimes with video games, they actually release a different English version for the UK audience, just to have the different spellings and stuff.
They did it with Ape Escape. I know they did that with Ape Escape. They just gave it a different dub in America and the UK for some reason.
Yeah.
Did they? I thought the
dub.
Know
they did.
The dub of Ape Escape 2... Oh, no, yeah, in Ape Escape 1. I was thinking of Ape Escape 2, because in Ape Escape 2, for some reason, all of the English dub is the European English, British version.
I learned
English
that
accents.
fact. I learned that fact from your Ape Escape video.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of the first game for some reason.
Yeah, I remember that video. That was a pretty interesting video.
It was alright.
Next voicemail is another fucking image. Okay, Nate, the type of guy to point a gun at a civilian in GTA 5, then puts down the controller and say, I can't do this. Wait, is this... Oh, this is a whole album.
No, immature album of Nate memes?
No, it's just the one. It's just the one. I mean...
Well, he is the type of guy to do that.
I mean, what type of guy...
So?
What type of guy does that? I can't do this. I can't.
I know the meme format is like Drake the type of guy to do something like cringe. I guess this is the format.
Yeah. Okay. I have seen the Drake version actually. I mean,
Nate is a
Nate could never pull the trigger. He could never swing the bat when the chips are down, and you gotta kill that civilian in GTA 5.
Nate is the type of guy to never be on the Pro Crastinators podcast. That's for sure.
True though. True. Next voicemail is called Cheese. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Ben. I bought me some cheese.
Cool.
And I bought a block of Swiss cheese from the store.
All right.
And I just kind of suckled on it.
And
it slowly fell apart in my mouth. It was wonderful.
What? That's not how you're supposed to do it.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah. That's almost as gross
fuck?
as putting olive oil in your ear and then letting all the goo liquefy out and then splooge out your ear.
Yeah, it's almost as gross as that, but not quite.
Medicine just sometimes is weird, okay? Feels good when it's over.
What if you poured...
I would never do that recreationally. It's very strange.
Do it for fun. I'm going to deliberately get some earwax so I can drip some olive oil in there. Satisfying.
What if you poured hot cheese down your ear?
That would be a problem.
I feel like it would leave your ear, doesn't it leave the inside of your ear feeling oily? Like, does it eventually, go away, get absorbed by your skin or whatever?
No, it just slips out. I mean, your skin is oily, so...
Yeah, I guess so. Gross. Wait. Oh, the Baby Bell. I've actually... Yeah, I'm, almost done. I bought, so many Baby Bells from Costco. I've mostly eaten them. I have a few left, but I've started to kind of hate them. I find them a little bit disgusting now. I've had too many of them, and I'm ugh. I'll try to eat one, and I'm it's cheesy. Ugh, gross.
You're being kind of cheesy right now.
I'm being a little anti-cheese, and it's just how it is. I'm spoiled on it, I guess. I don't
think.
I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait a while before I get another word.
I don't think
He
Cheesy
would.
Manfredo would appreciate this, Ben.
He'll take what he is given and be thankful for it. Next voicemail is called No Context Needed. There it is. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, I bet your fucking boy pussy would be better than Trixie's snaggle ass mouth.
Thanks.
Don't say that.
I can hang. That's something I can hang my hat on for sure.
I can hang that on the wall. That waveform.
I can put that in my pipe and smoke it. I can put that in my Goemon chain pipe and smoke it and whack some samurais with it. Next voicemail is called. It is called. Wait, where is it? Here. It's called. Oh my God! Please. It's called Geese Are Heartless Creatures. There it is. 3, 2, 1, go.
You ever look at a goose and think, what a vile creature? You know, they're constantly hissing and honking, and those sounds aren't so pleasant. And you know, they got scary teeth and this evil-looking eyes. You know, one of them once looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Mister, you have waving hair, waving goodbye on account of you going bald," and I felt I that made me very upset.
Yeah.
Why did they do this? Why did it say that to me? I don't like them. They're very rude. Why are they so rude?
Jeez.
Why are geese so rude?
Hey man, I'm sorry that happened.
Why do we allow these geese to exist? Why don't we just wring them by the neck and toss them about? You know, like,
rough them up a bit.
I don't
give them a
like
shake.
geese. What do you think about geese?
It sounds like they need to be cancelled, if you ask me.
I think.
Go to the goose Twitter.
I don't know. I've never had a bad experience with a goose, so I don't know.
I had
Sorry.
one long time ago when I was small enough that they could be taller than me.
Yeah.
If they stretched their neck up, and they charged at me, and I ran.
What do you mean they? Who? How many? Where? Why?
It was a school trip actually. We're out at some like Roman thing. There's Roman ruins. It's like, oh, look at that.
Oh,
and then there was
you went to Rome?
No, in England. The Romes, they came and they conquered England.
Oh.
They put all this Roman shit everywhere. So there's like a few Roman stuff, like museums and things.
Sure.
I remember the trip vividly for some reason. But then the end, we were getting on the bus to go back to school, and I was just sort of wandering around. And the geese said, you're going to be late. You got to go back to school. And they just started honking me. And I was like, no, I don't want to go. And I ran. And they nipped at my heels.
Fascinating.
Well, I hear...
But I've never really had a goose experience beyond that point.
I hear geese can be
really
dangerous at times. Sometimes they get violent and they attack you.
They sometimes can get aggressive and yeah, they can be... I mean, I've never heard of anyone being killed by a geese, but it's probably happened.
You get your eye bit out if you're an idiot.
Probably a kid. Yeah, probably a kid has been killed by by multiple geese, like attacking them at some point. I could totally see that happening.
I remember there was an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry kills a geese or a goose. It was like the pet goose of the guy who owned a lodge or something. And the goose just went up to him while he was playing golf and started attacking him. So, Larry had a golf club.
What can you do?
And he just took a swung at the goose, and the goose died. Or took a swing.
They got long necks. You know what to aim for.
Yeah. And then...
you got to do...
then he had to hatch a plan to, like, find a way to bury the body of the goose without, the guy finding out.
Of course.
Because if the guy finds out, he'll be banned from, the lodge or whatever
Golf.
he was in.
Yeah, sure. You gotta do like Robert Pattinson in the Lighthouse. You see that? You see that movie, The Lighthouse?
No.
He grabs a seagull like by the neck and he just starts like swinging it and he just like bashes it against like a well or something. Just smashes the fuck out of that seagull. So I mean, I guess geese are kind of big. It might be kind of hard to do it to a goose, but birds are light. They have little brittle hollow bones, so maybe you could. I could probably lift a goose. It probably wouldn't even be that heavy.
Well, you can probably kill one pretty easily with a golf club.
Sure. How heavy is a goose?
A hole in one.
How heavy is a goose?
I finished the Muppet, the Sesame Street calculations.
Yes.
After this goose thing,
geese are apparently Canadian geese can be up to like 14 pounds, which is, I mean, it's not that.
That's quite expensive.
Yeah. It seems like most kind of goose are about like 4 to 6 pounds, up to like 7. But I guess maybe Canadian geese are just bigger. That's the most common kind that I usually see.
But that should be no problem for you, since you can lift like 150 pounds now.
My bench press is coming along. My bench press is 150 now. If I can get it over 155, that was my old, not my old like record, but like before COVID, I was benching like 155. So if I can get over that, yes, I'm strong now.
So pretty soon you'll be able to take on geese and also Riley
Finally.
in a boxing match.
Yeah. Feel like me and Riley would be, I don't know who would win. I feel like we would both do very badly in a boxing match. I don't know who would be worse.
You need to get strong enough to be able to penetrate the defensive barrier of his gunt.
Right, the gunfight. May messaged me after, Riley said the thing about like the break-in never happened. I didn't respond because I don't want to talk to her. But she DM'd me on Twitter being like, Riley's just trying to start another gunfight. It was the only time that the Yig crew has been relevant. And I just think it's really funny that she refers to her husband as the gunt. It's his gunt. That's the gunt. The titular gunt is your husband. Why are you calling it that?
I don't know.
I guess they're not married, but you know what I mean. Very funny. I don't know.
Okay, so Sesame Street.
Yes. Sesame Street facts.
There's a bunch. I calculated 2017 when they changed to 30 minutes. I mean, it was I did all the mathematics. We have 4,917 hours approximately of Sesame Street. Now, dividing that by 24, if you were to watch it 24 hours straight, 204.8 days straight of watching Sesame Street, which is unrealistic because you can't stay awake and watch the entire thing. So, let's say the average time to be awake is like 14 hours per day. You take that, you watch Sesame Street for those entire 14 hours, and you will be done watching Sesame Street after 351.2 days.
So you
almost
could do
an entire full year.
If you could do it as your full-time job for a year, and maybe you'd get done watching Sesame
14
Street.
hours a day, yes.
I mean, that's more than a full-time job. That's double, basically, because full-time is like 8 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
and no weekends, so...
Yeah, so
slave labor.
If you wanted to make like I don't know, Quentin Reviews style Sesame Street review, like I watched all of like the sort of videos you see, like Jenny Nicholson. I watched all of something.
Yes.
If you wanted to do that, it would take an entire year.
Worth
at
it.
best.
Think of the views though.
Think
Do
of
it-
the views. Think
do
of
it
the
for
amount of times
content.
you could say, I watched all of Sesame Street. So you don't have to. Hello,
probably-
I'm a nostalgia critic.
I bet I was gonna say you'd probably be like the only person ever, but that's probably not true. Probably someone somewhere. Probably
I don't know.
Someone,
I mean, it's
I'm
been
gonna
on
say
since the
probably
60s.
someone-
All of the kids wouldn't have
all
kept
of the
watching it.
all of the kids that are dead now that used to watch it back then.
I'm sure there's one.
there's
There's at least one kid who is autistic enough to watch the entire thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I could believe that there was maybe some kid who was like profoundly autistic or something. He liked Sesame Street a lot, and he just never stopped watching it, even now. I could
An
believe
encyclopedic knowledge?
Yeah.
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
And he even
They should make a YouTube video about
he
it.
even goes out of his way to watch all the episodes he missed. You know, finding them wherever he can online.
He DVRs them. Yeah. Next voicemail. How many more? We've only got a few more, I think. Oh yeah, there's only 2 more. The next one is called My Computer. Why does it do this? It's when I click a file and I click and drag it. Sometimes it just like stops understanding what I'm trying to do, and then I have to like click a different window. I don't know what's going on with my UI lately. Right. It's called My Revenge. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey Ben, last week you called me a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Because my voicemails are too quiet. Well, what I have to say to that in response is, am I loud enough for you now? Is that
Yeah.
what you wanted?
Yeah.
Say?
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you.
That was a good.
He kind of towards the end there, it kind of sounded like an Ego Raptor impression.
Maybe a little bit. Ben. Oh, this is not really relevant to anything, but I guess it's funny enough that I could mention it. I had to explain the PCP to 2 of my roommates yesterday. They now know that I am a YouTube podcaster, so that's cringe.
That's horrible.
I know. Please give me condolences. I was walking home from the printer. I had gone to the printer to get the second batch of Road to Radcons printed, and I had the box, and I was walking, and one of the guys, he was sitting outside, like sketching something in a sketchbook, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, what you sketching?" And he showed me, and he was like, "What you got there?" And I was like, and I had to explain what Road to Radcon is, which entailed, talking about the PCP and stuff. And then I came inside, and another guy was inside, and he also was like, "Hey, what you got there?" And I was like, gotta tell you about it. And I showed him. He asked me, like, what's the podcast?
You don't
and I
have
said,
to
"Well, it's
explain
called the Pro
everything."
Well, yeah, he asked me about it. He asked me to explain. So what am I going to say? No. If you want to know, I guess I'll tell you. He looked it up. He looked up the PCP on YouTube. He saw my little icon. He said congratulations for me because he saw that I'm almost at 20K subscribers, which is pretty cool, I guess. He thought that was neat. And I said, no, it's embarrassing. No, it's so stupid. No, I hate myself. No, please kill me. End this charade, please.
And then he was like, gladly.
Yeah. So
and
that
he cut out his Glock and he shot.
Okay, all right, okay. So that was funny. That was funny. All right, last voicemail. It is called. It is called Ideas 5 Months Late. 3, 2, 1, go.
Back in episode 261, Ben said, why schedule protests? What do protests do if they don't disrupt anything? And for a bit of a nitpick, scheduled protests still close down roads and make people take alternate ways around town, which is a disruption for some people.
Yeah.
You're probably not being put in a protest cage out in the middle of nowhere, but the broader idea I'd like to discuss is, how should protests be tackled in an ideal world? Not all protests are for good movements like civil rights, trans rights, BLM, pro-union stuff, etc. There's anti-abortion, anti-lockdown, and anti-democratic stuff too. Should the rest of society allow these to be unrestricted, disrupting large parts of society because 1% of the population thinks vaccines will make them sterile?
Well, it's simple. The stupid protests should be destroyed.
Ban them. Ban the ones that are bad, and fund the ones that are good. Cops are good when they're cracking down on people that I don't like. I think. Well, I mean, geez. I mean, people. I guess people should be allowed to protest even things that are bad. I guess I wouldn't say no, they can't do that.
Yeah, you just counter-protest with another bunch of people.
Well, isn't that the same argument people use about freedom of speech and stuff like that?
Well, freedom of speech is good, actually. So there's like the mayoral race going on in Boston right now, and one of the contenders, who I think just got endorsed by by the Boston Globe, which I think is kind of a big deal. Michelle Wu is I don't know if she's the front runner or what. But I met her. I literally met her outside of the boba tea place. No, it was the Waffle Pop place that I went with Munchie and Kazi a couple times, and she was just standing out there with like a little entourage handing out cards. And she asked me, like, hey, what would you like me to do as mayor? And I was like, hey, remember that straight pride protest that they approved? Don't do that anymore. And she was like, yeah, okay, that was dumb. So if she becomes mayor and bans straight pride parades, it was my fault. I did it. Yeah. So what was I even talking about?
You were just
saying how you were running
the
for
straight
mayor.
pride parade.
You were just saying before that you would allow all parades. Now you're saying you want certain ones not to be allowed.
It's not okay. The thing about the straight pride parade is that it was not merely allowed; that it was like official. Like it was like, the cops showed up to they cordoned off like a parade route for it, and the cops were there to escort it and keep people from fucking them up.
Yeah, it's a movement that doesn't really warrant a parade because it's only a backlash against gay pride. You wouldn't do a parade unless you were trying to make a statement.
Yes, true.
Like that.
Yeah, I guess a parade is not the same thing as a protest.
I wouldn't say they're not allowed to drive their float down the street or whatever. Like they have the same right to drive a truck down the road as anyone else. But it's different when it's okay, this is an official thing. The city is announcing that it's an event. We've given you an official police escort. That's not that's not freedom of speech.
Pride parade.
That's not freedom. That's not freedom of speech. That's that's the government,
the government
endorsing it, basically.
The local government is getting involved. It's state-sanctioned stuff.
Imagine an LGB parade,
right?
Without the T deliberately,
right.
And that's this is the face of the the city or the mayor or whatever. There's this is what they're allowing.
Pretty much.
And it'd be
without the T, that sounds like Ben Saint to me.
What? You're saying that I'm lesbian, gay, bisexual?
No, I'm saying you're.
You're saying
you're low on T.
Got it. Somebody else. Spider. If Spider on Twitter called me low T. Because
I saw that
because I told him my lifts. I told him my lift numbers, and he wasn't impressed. I was like, okay, yeah, it's true though. I am. It's true.
You're also you're also anti-T though. As far as trans is concerned,
anti-T?
Because remember Trixie, right. What you said?
Yeah,
so
I remember it like it was only yesterday when she said, "I'm a girl now," and I said, "Well, I hate you for that reason," and that was that was what happened. That's how I remember it.
You're both low T and anti-T.
Yes, true. My two favorite things about me. Anyway, protest. Fucking. Well, shit. I think people. Yeah, to be effective, a protest needs to be disruptive, and yeah, I think that goes for things I don't like. Like if fucking anti-vaxxers want to have a protest and they want to block roads to make a statement, I mean, I guess they should have the same protection, the same legal protection to do that as anyone else. I mean, yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I'd say they have the right to do it
because it's like it only takes a change of government to make it so that now you can't protest. If you couldn't protest one thing before, then it'll come back, and then
I mean.
If the reverse, like you can't protest leftist things, that would be bad. So just blanket allow it legally.
I think so. You might get arrested. Like sometimes in the course of protesting, like if you block traffic on a road, like that's illegal. You might get arrested or something. If you, and that's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Certain people know that that's going to happen, and they do it so that they can cause a scene, and they're okay
it's part
with taking
of it.
the being in prison part for a little bit.
It's part of it.
Or jail.
If the argument is should we allow protests, then obviously, we should.
Right. What was there anything else to this question? I feel like he was asking how should they be handled ideally. I don't really know what else to say about it, though.
I remember years ago I got into kind of a small argument on AOL Instant Messenger with someone about protests. This was back in 2003 when Wind Waker had come out, and I was arguing with someone from the UK, and I wasn't really arguing. He got real mad. I wasn't, and I think I told him. He wanted to protest the wars that were going on, so he was attending local protests. And I said, I agree with his position. I was also, against these wars. But I kind of told him, I don't think the protest you're going to is going to do much good because, in general, when governments invade countries, they don't really pay a whole lot of attention to protesting. And he got really, he got really offended by that. And I wasn't trying to offend him or anything, but he got so offended by that he basically blocked me for 10 years after that.
Oh jeez. I mean, I guess you're right. Individual actions are weak, and a single protest isn't going to stop the war. I mean.
I don't know much about the actual validity of those things. Because I know there was a lot of war protests with every war.
Yeah.
Every big war, there's been a bunch of people with signs saying, "Stop it! Don't do that."
A bunch of damn beatnik hippies going, "Don't stop killing people." How dare they tell the United States government to stop killing people? Don't they know the United States government is literally neurodivergent and a minor? Lol.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
a new country.
Yeah, it's a fairly new country. But I think there was a lot more opposition to these wars than maybe some wars in the past. They were not very popular. They were not very popular wars.
They were kind of popular. People were largely pretty okay. Well, I mean, obviously not everybody. But there was a lot of people who were like, yeah, we're mad about 9/11. We gotta fucking do some more.
There's always
a lot of people were into it.
There's always people who are into it and not into it. But I think in general these wars kind of got compared to Vietnam. Vietnam was not a very popular war. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people were against it.
Yes.
So I kind of think this is a similar situation. But I just thought that in general protests don't have much effect on stuff like war. They tend to have bigger effects on other smaller issues. But when it comes to big issues like war, they unfortunately don't seem to have almost any effect, which sucks.
I don't know. I mean,
I think you're kind of correct, but it's just sort of it doesn't really matter that they're not effective because in aggregate, many people protesting about the war will at the very least influence the politicians.
Yeah,
in a way that would be oh, if I want to get votes, I can't be pro-war.
I mean, okay.
And then they'll try not to do war stuff so much.
Vietnam was not popular. Everybody was like, stop Vietnam. And, like, we eventually just kind of did. We just kind of gave up on Vietnam because, like, we weren't getting anything out of it. And, like, you know, so many Americans just, you know, it was unpopular and people were protesting it, and everyone's popular opinion was just like, this war is bad and we shouldn't be doing it. And eventually we did stop, right?
Well, that's,
so, like, you know, the fact that the fact that it was publicly unpopular, I think, might have been part of why it stopped.
Every little bit.
It might have just kept
yeah,
going.
that's basically what happened with Afghanistan, I guess.
Yeah.
It just, unfortunately, with Afghanistan, it took like 20 years.
It took so fucking long. Oh my god, yeah.
It took so long because they had a lot of money from the oil they were getting at
what
some
Afghanistan
point.
did?
No, the US and the UK. There was money in it to stay in it.
Oh, yeah,
so,
sure.
Well, I think, protesting...
less...
I think protesting...
and they seem to have convinced people in a large enough amount that it's okay and good that we're over there still. Yeah. People grumbled about it, but they didn't really change their vote too much.
Yeah. It was just it was like people didn't even really talk about it like it was a war. It was just kind of like, we're there, and that's just how it is. And like it was called the war in Afghanistan, and people didn't really talk about it like it was a war. It's just kind of like a thing.
Well, they did call it the war on terror for a while, I guess.
For a while,
yeah. Do you like terror?
What are you, pro-terror?
You crazy? That's for Halloween.
Neurodivergent and a minor. Yeah.
Well, protesting is cool. I do support protesting, even if it doesn't change anything. But I guess I'm just really cynical about it sometimes. It's like sometimes
I don't know. I
people do those petitions on change.org or whatever. They collect signatures, and sometimes it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I mean, true.
I think that even though it seems fruitless, there's not a good argument for not doing it. Because
that's true. Except for maybe
it's not like completely
maybe
pointless. It's not like doesn't make the war last longer to go protest about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if you want. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Good for him for wanting to make a statement.
Yeah, I like I said, I supported his stance on it. I just because he was basically trying to get me to like go to protests and stuff. Right. He's like, you should look up local protests in your area, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that, but okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I just said I'm just gonna play Wind Waker. It just came out.
Bro, Wind Waker like just came out. Like I'm AWOL. Yeah, so, I'm not emotionally available for that for a while.
Exactly. So that didn't sit well with him, so he blocked me.
Yeah.
He just didn't like Wind Waker.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck no! It looks so cartoony."
So cartoony. They copied it from the fucking Little Prince and the Seven-Headed Dragon, the Eight-Headed Dragon film.
They really did. He looks like the same guy. Oh, but they made him white.
Listen, you can go out there and...
They whitewashed him to make Toon Link.
You can go out there and protest, and I'll provide you moral support while I play Wind Waker. Like, I'll send you my thoughts and prayers.
Bombs.
Yes. Shit. Okay, that was the last voicemail. I'm reloading to see. Oh, what? There's a new. Okay, we got one. We got a last minute voicemail.
Why would you reload?
I don't know, but I did. It's called The Blue Glow Skull Monkeys. 1 hour, 17 minutes, 23 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I just realized that there is a lecture I could give, and I would be able to go into a lot of detail and present a lot of interesting information, but nobody would want it at all.
What's that?
It would be the least wanted lecture of all time. and it would be the brony community.
Oh no! I'll tell you what. I wouldn't fucking watch that lecture.
Why did I say that?
That's pretty.
Why did I say I
man.
wouldn't watch it? I had to be joking because I
Smoking
definitely
gun.
would. Because I definitely would. There's no, I could not.
You know,
what was I thinking?
When the whole Brony lecture thing first happened, and Trixie decided not to
Right.
release it. At first, on a personal level, I didn't care that much because I was never really into the Brony stuff. But then I saw you. I saw you talk to someone on Twitter about it, and someone said, "Why don't you do a lecture on the PCP history?" And then you responded, "Well, that's basically what the Brony lecture was."
A lot of it was.
So when I saw that, then I thought, well, darn, now I actually want to watch the Brony lecture. So
it was like a lecture about the Brony culture from the lens of the Horseshoe Crew and how we all met and all of our history together.
It was
and
a lot of it was focused
great.
on. A lot of it was focused on us as a part of the Brony.
Yeah, so now I am actually pretty bummed out that I can't watch that lecture.
I know, man. I know. For the record, I'll say it again. Like I don't agree with the decision not to release it, but that's not like I think some people think that that's like the one thing that was like that's the straw that broke the camel's back that made me like, I hate Trixie now. That's not it. That's like that was just one little thing that was like
it's just
bad, but it wasn't like the it's not the main thing.
It's the attitude.
The attitude
towards the people who paid for Radcom.
It's literally
other
just
things.
It's literally just because she's trans. No, I'm just kidding. It's literally
clipped.
Now we can clip that.
It's the thing. It's when I think about like what made me not like Trixie anymore. It's like things that she said to me that I was like, I can't believe you would treat me this way. I can't believe you would say that to me and mean it. Like what? Like terrible. Like
remember those
that's what
big money connections.
The big money connections and like, oh Ben, you don't get to use my big money connections anymore. Fuck you. And also. And the time that I got mad at May for being a Nazi and Trixie messaged me to be like, you're just jealous that I get laid, Ben. You're just jealous that I get to have sex with my Nazi girlfriend and you don't, Lamau. Those are the two big ones. Very cool, very funny.
I don't agree with a lot of this stuff that she's done, but I kind of feel like a cyber shell on this kind of thing where I personally don't like hate her or dislike her. I've got nothing against her.
Well,
but
I do. My issues with her are completely personal, so it's not like I expect everybody else.
Yeah, I think you're completely justified in in hating her, but it's just she's never done anything against me, so I don't have any personal justification.
First they came for the Ben Saints.
Yeah, first they came for Ben Saint, and I said nothing because I was not Ben Saint. And then I looked, and Ben Saint was gone, and I said, "No, I miss him. I loved him so much. Why didn't I save him?"
The only slight thing she kind of did is that, for me anyways, that she didn't give me the rants that I paid for, but I don't really care about that.
That's pretty irritating. That's pretty annoying. That would be enough for me. But
well, I don't think.
Yeah, fair.
I don't think that was like her intention. I don't think she maliciously did that. I think she just forgot.
That's just as
forgetting
bad.
is still bad.
It's just as bad. That's just
yeah,
as
it is
like
bad.
You got people pay
I didn't
things.
mean to rip people off. I didn't mean to take the money and run. I just did it though.
I do think it's irresponsible, but I just don't care enough to make a big deal about it.
That's fine.
Yeah. I understand not caring to follow her up, but it's not okay that she was irresponsible.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that I'm not upset about it. Even though I could be.
I understand.
Maybe I should be, but I'm not.
That's fine. I get it. What is it, like $15 or something is like the amount
it's not much
in question here. Yeah, it's like
so fucking much.
I would do anything for $15.
I mean for the product of a short little rant about whatever, even if you don't know what it is, just to say, this thing, whatever, it sucks, and it's like $15 for that.
Oh, I didn't actually watch it. Lol. I don't know.
She was making quite a lot of money from those rants. Like honestly, she shouldn't have stopped doing that. She should have continued because she was making a lot.
It seemed like it seemed like it was working. It seemed like it was working pretty well for her for a while there.
I think she stopped because she was getting too many of them, and she couldn't like do all of them, or it was taking too much of her time from other stuff. But I feel like there would have been a fairly simple way to solve that problem, which is.
But if it's making money,
you just limit the amount of people who can be at that tier.
Well, you could do that, or you could increase the amount of money that it costs, and that way less people would buy rants, and you would make more money per rant.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. If the supply is if the demand is exceeding the supply, you raise the price of the commodity.
Yeah, and then you're going to lower the demand automatically. You would still make money, but you wouldn't have to do as many rants. So I don't know why she just stopped entirely. That seems like a really stupid business decision, but you know.
Yeah, like I mean, you know, it only takes like a few minutes for her to do one, and she's you just got to price it so that like if the amount you're charging is like a worthwhile amount for the time that it takes you to do it, and I don't see why. Yeah, like then more is just good. Like more is just good as long as as long as the return on what you're doing is positive.
I mean, if I could make money that way, I would never stop. That's for sure.
It's just so, I guess, bizarre to think the people in large enough quantities that she couldn't keep up would be willing to pay $15 every month for. To support her, but also for
that is
a rant
pretty disturbing
that was so like the amount of like goodwill and like fandom that she had at her disposal is unfathomable compared to where we are right now.
It's pretty it's pretty it's pretty
that's
stark.
why it sucks that she was so like disrespectful towards her fans and kind of like didn't treat them very well, because they were real nice to her and they supported her a lot. You know,
much too nice. I don't respect it. I don't respect Trixie fandom or Digibro fandom in 2021. I don't respect it anymore.
Well, I don't know if there's much left. I think a lot of it has vanished.
Yeah. What are we talking? Why are we talking about this? This is we've been over this. This is all well trodden.
But, this is what the people want. You got to give the people what they want.
This is what the people want. This is what, most people. There were a few people that pledged for the 1 month and then unpledged. From the bonus episodes. Most people that pledged stuck around are still patrons as of this month. So I mean, I'm very happy about that.
I mean the PCP Patreon.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, because we got the big bump when I released those last 3 episodes, including the Cyber Shell Goss one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why you gotta.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed.
You gotta continue with the Goss.
Patrons, I hope you enjoyed the fun fact challenge. Post your fun facts down below if you got them.
Well, next time you should do unfun facts.
Unfun facts.
Depressing facts?
No, I don't know.
Did you know the ear, you put oil in it? That's just what happens with the ear.
Did you know that someday you're going to get crippling arthritis and all your bones will hurt?
Yeah.
Not if I drink my milk.
I'm there, man. I'm there. I'm in.
Sign me up.
A couple weeks ago, I had the episode about broken back, so my back was bothering me. Pleased to report that my back is pretty much fine. It doesn't really bother me anymore, hardly at all. So I think I just had to. I think I was aggravating it by like twisting my back. I was trying to crack my back because it gave me like a temporary feeling of relief. But I think I was like twisting myself so far that I was like pulling the muscle and like causing it injury. So we just like stopped doing that, even though I wanted to, and it kind of went away. So I think that was the problem. I was fucking
I think
it up by
if you
doing that.
if you work out and strengthen your muscles properly, you can kind of reduce the likelihood of back pain and stuff. But if you work out improperly, you can cause back pain. So you gotta be careful.
People say, oh, deadlifts are dangerous. You'll hurt your back. And like, well, it's possible. But also, if you don't lift and you don't exercise and you don't keep your back muscles strong, then you are much more likely to have back problems because you are weak and your body is decrepit. So
true.
it's really damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah. Anything else on the docket for today before we close?
Just a reminder that the Clarissa Gunsmoke and the Bandit King comic, go to giveandtake.site to read it.
Right.
You wanna read it because it's great and it's good.
Post your theories.
Post theories.
Post theories about what's up with that hat. what's going on?
That shit?
What's going on with that?
Make a cow sona.
A cow sona. You mean a cowboy sona?
It could be a cowgirl sona.
I guess it could.
That's why I stopped.
A cow.
Right.
Cow person sona, but not furry.
I said I wasn't going to crack my back anymore, but I just did it.
And go to GamersTavern.com if you want to read a review on Front Mission Gun Hazard for some reason.
Yeah, I kind of do, actually.
And,
I might actually read that one just because I just think it's weird. I think it's really weird that they made that game.
Go to youtube.com/GamersTavern Show to watch videos with puns in them. All the videos contain puns, usually.
True.
You can follow me on Twitter at GamerTavern without the S in the middle.
Speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail if you want to leave a voicemail. You know who else takes voicemails now? Anamorphin Time. The Anamorphin Time podcast. I believe they also have a SpeakPipe where you can send them voicemails. Tyler was
SpeakPipe will like fill up.
I told Tyler, like, he asked me like how to set up a SpeakPipe, or he asked me how we did voicemails, and I told him about SpeakPipe, and I said, yeah, it says there's 100 megabyte limit, but there's not. You can just go over it, and they won't stop you. And he was like, cool.
Well, how are they going to stop you? They're going to send cops to bust down your door? You need to get a warrant first.
I don't know. I think they would. All that happens when you exceed it is they add a button that says action required, add more storage. And it's like, you're going to need to add more storage if you're going to want to keep getting voicemails. Do you want to pay us money to upgrade your account? But if you don't press the button, they don't actually stop you. They don't.
Someday, I think they're going to figure that out.
You would think they would have figured it out, but I think they must know. Like, this is a very obvious loophole in their system. This can't be an accident.
I mean, is this like the WinRAR thing where the creator knows how easy it is to crack the software?
I
you
don't
need
know.
To crack it. You could just continue. You can just use it without needing to buy it.
Well, if you want to get past the warning,
maybe. I have no idea why it's like this, but it is, and it seems like they must know. There's no way that they aren't aware of this. So I can't explain it. Patreon.com/The Procrastinators. Become a patron. Give us money. Free fun fact challenge, etc. I guess that's it. Any final last words before we wrap up?
The Clarissa Gunsmoke. That's what I'm doing.
The Lord of Ghosts.
GamersTavern.com.
Lord of Ghosts also. All right.
Someone pointed out that by accident I accidentally did something spooky for Spooky Month because I've spent much of October drawing the Lord of Ghosts. It was Sharker Bob. One of my patrons, Sharker Bob, said at least drawing a comic about a ghost is on theme for the month. Damn it if he isn't right.
I tricked you.
Yes. Okay, That's it. Happy Halloween, every pony. Bye.
Oh my God, is it gonna be Halloween?
We didn't even mention. Yeah, it's gonna be. Wait, this is gonna.
It's gonna be like
2
basically
days.
2 days,
2
from
days
Halloween.
before Halloween. Yeah. So happy that. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.